bringing this down to a 2-on-1, and poor Jignut, actually it's going to be a 3-on-1 because they're going to be able to pick up Astrolac's corpse as well, so the consistent DPS is here to take out the tank if need be, but even without it, it's still just far too uphill a battle for Jignut here. Double the amount of teams and zones. Very likely you won't find an honest fight, but Fuichu looking for an angle here. Taunt connects onto Hracefeld, forces out the quick spin on him as the Semtex blows up on the... Oh my goodness. Chi-B Arc just blasted Raven Birchie here. Oh my god!
To take that execution technique really early into the fight, and that meant that you just really have no chance. And now it's going to be Big Beefy versus Uberman, and yeah, the vision is off for a reason. There's some freak gameplay going on.
Yeah,
keep an eye out on the GBR play. Yeah, there it is. Who can guess it?
They saw him, and with that, they're going to push forward, knowing that he's behind them. But Chibiark at some point is going to get in on this fight, but to what? Oh my goodness. Down goes Camper. 1 for 1, though. They did find the kill on Hracefeld, who is a big part of their setup. And with Haymaker on cooldown, Chibiark's effectiveness isn't as high in the fight. Now looking to take out Restia. The wall stun connects on a 2-man. Fuichu.
What were you saying about effectiveness?
Yeah, what was I talking about? We're in Chapel. This is the home of Hyunwoo. How could I not know better?
This guy is a demon, bro. This guy is a demon.
The kill all in well. Meanwhile, over at Wick, looks like Locked In's trying to finish this off. They don't have their primary damage source in Deus to be able to DPS it down. So with that, Fuichu now sitting here, putting pressure on the Wick line. Uberman back to 3 people, trying to find a way to take this from them. They do find it, but Hracefield's going to go down in the process. Deus on the backside still unchecked. If he can manage to not get hit by something, dodges the knock-up. Good by Deus on the backside. Does a lot of damage to himself with the quick spin, but just doesn't matter. Chibi,
I think it goes towards Pond's temp zone. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's going to go towards Pond, somewhere in Pond. It's undecided where, but it's going to stay in Pond. But Fuichu on the run here. They're looking to find Hracefeld. Oh no, this Camper's triangulated. Oh, Camper, it's a scary time to be you right now. Oh yeah.
And he let it happen to him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Oh, Chibiark not finding the wall stun though on the backside. Restia trying to drop as much damage as he can onto Chibiark, bring it down to a 2v1. Does manage to do so, and with that, I don't know if Fuichu.
Rare misses coming out from Fuichu, yeah.
Restia's just resting and playing their namesake, gets the rest off, gets a lot of health back, and with that, I'm pretty sure Alonso just let's for Fuichu here. And yeah, Big Beefy win. Get an objective after everything's said and done. Meanwhile, in the Rift, we have Schoolmeal Remo with Kaniacs, Nikki and Nissa jumping forward. Big Q from Lilypell, that bullseye, doing a lot of damage on this Amp Bow. Yamla on the front. Wolfastall is popped. With that, Lilypell and Yamla playing the corridor. They're getting a little worried here. The Twin Rush comes forward. Yamla tries to get 4 forward on the backside of Yamla, but fortunately they're able to stay safe, bring this down to a 2-on-2. Nikki and Nissa trying to finish off the corpse of Ropes here. Mia in trouble here as Weiss is laying the beatdown. The Johan beatdown. Can we get 1 Q? 1 Q for the one-time Weiss? Yes, sir, we can. But on the other side of the fight, Yamla losing out against Nikki and Nissa. But now that's down to a 2-on-2. They do have the ability. Oh my goodness, the healing win. The Q, the healing coming on to Yamla. Need damage in as many sources as they can get when they drop Chibiark and Hracefeld in there. Chibiark, 3-man. Oh my god!
Goat!
To find any sort of angle when they have even just that little sliver of a wall, using all the safety drones they can to rest up. Sky's the limit.
Asherburst is still going to be down though, I think.
Yeah, I believe it is still down. Yeah, 15 seconds, so big cooldown there. Raven Bergier losing half of his health on the approach. Right out the gate, timer advantage in the favor of Counterspell, the taunt coming through onto Miyane, so they find the first kill. Speak stepping up to the plate, getting a lot of damage out. Viper trying to return fire here. Oh my goodness, Counterspell is just proving.
For the Jackie to make any kind of play.
Yeah, 100%. Hit the hammer right on the nail there, or the nail on the head as they say. Internet Rap looking for Else on the backside. Pure Age uppercut connects, but there's no follow-up as the Echoes of the Earth comes down to Stereo. Does find the kill. The Stereo getting a reset, looking for more here, but they go 1 for 1 as Internet Rap falls. Queen ready, looking finds. Oh, El's trying to get the revive here, or Kuno rather,
Wait,
on the El's on the backside of Stereo. Yeah, he just loses 1v1. I mean, Listless Scholar's at a point where he is actually no slouch in the damage department and can deal with a Jackie, as showcased there. And now, oh my, yeah, see that? Dino Dance also in the Rift, surprise, surprise, against Best Friends here. Nixara going in, getting a lot of damage down up front here. IU getting kind of chunked as the health attack stat is forced out, but look at Zoe on the backside, losing half of her health, even a little more now. Nazimi landing a lot of damage. Zoe forced to blink towards the bush, and they find a kill onto IU, the 3v2 advantage state for Best Friends here. Big root from Nazimi, but Nixara and Titanium Pancakes putting a lot of pressure on him. Zoe hates herself back in the fray now, looking to try and take out Nazimi. Good root from Nazimi to keep Zoe away from him. Nazimi is playing his ranges so well right now, but it is still a 3v2 at the end of the day. And look at Best Friends has a lot of timer left as well. They're able to play outside the zone. They find the kill onto Nixara though, bringing it down to a 2-on-2. Zoe, oh, it's close. Titanium Pancakes does have a lot of timer. Look, oh, Striker landing. The Dimensional Strike finds the gap, was on Titanium Pancakes, loops over towards Zoe on the tail end of the fight. Here in the temp zone. Interesting. Naglfar looking for an angle. Look at Alethea on the flank. They gotta open up 12th Shrimp. If they don't find a way to 12th Shrimp, it's not gonna go well for them. Striking Tiger goes wide. Look at Zelius. He's the main focus right now, but they don't manage to assassinate him. Yeah, 12th Shrimp has had free reign. Alethea finally goes down. So does Zelius. So now down to a 2-on-2, but this Yumin is still alive. But oh, Blair almost goes down.
Yumin against two melees, though. I think he wins out.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's been unchecked this fight. The person they had to worry about most in this fight is the person they left alive. 12th Shrimp was able to make a lot happen here. Now dodging out, good. Dodges on that so MSGK doesn't get a reset. And look at the timer situation as well. The time is going to matter.
If you have a support to enable it, it could definitely do some dividends. I do think that the damage reduction can be pretty helpful in Bitterret, though, for sure. Oh, we are going to see a little bit of an engagement. Eu's going to find his way into the back line, but didn't end up getting much. Nine Cash is going to reactivate that plate to get on top of Starby. Does go a little behind on that route, and it's going to be EU going down first. I mean, it's a South America gap. It's looking like as the Shackling Acre coming down from Lifer. Lifer's going to be able to probably take out Nine Cash on the back end of this as soon as that dash is open. But Striker's making an absolute mess of them, outplaying both Starby and Miane on the back end of that.
Here does find it. IU's also in the area, though. Meanwhile, down in Factory, Lifer stepping forward, trying to find Raven Bergier, but not going to be able to make it happen. Starby now in a 3v1 finds a kill onto Speaks, looking at Raven Bergier now. Big play from Starby. Ooh, was Red Flake with the Blue Viper to bring things back, or the Snake Bite rather. But here comes Miane on a respawn, and with that, it's going to be Sky's the Limit going on a break from Counterspell. Starby 3v1 in a dream, making it happen. Damage came up out front, but there was just a bit of a lack of a what is this? What? Oh my. Okay, Berserkers, we're gonna join the fray here. Eclipse is on Squirtle on the backs of a Squirtle.
Oh, absolutely. Put out the ones. By the way, but...
Yes, and now J-Tang is the only carry left here, but fortunately, Delinko is also down 2v1. What am I saying? That's Actor that's alive. They're both carries. What am I on about?
They're all carries, honestly.
They're all carries. What the? Why did I think Actor? Oh, because of the last. It's fine. It's fine. Important cooldowns. Nine. Now with the Plague available once more. We'll see what he tries to do. I'd imagine it's just going to be Nimrod's Gate. That has to be the ticket in. One gets dropped. IU's going to take it. Skyward Strike over towards J-Tang, but it goes wide. Now IU in a bit of trouble. Squirtle gets taken down so quickly. Gets left on the front side of the fight. Actor playing the corridor. Almost takes out IU, but he manages to live. And now it's down to a 2v3. Timers ticking for trigger. They have to approach this tiny Chronosphere. And with that, Dino Dance is going to win out. So they should be able to.
Do you think Nazimi is prepared for the Wisu damage? As we do see the signature fireball come out, Root coming out. Root is going to use that blast energy field for a pretty big disengagement tool. Nine-Cash is really deep in the backline. Is going to be able to land that fear. I don't think the heli attack stat is going to come out in time to. No. And I mean, Eclipse could actually do a lot of work now, but I mean, with the double single target damage, the first attack stun comes out onto the likes of Wokes, and Wokes is actually going to lose out on this DPS check eventually. Striker doesn't have a lot of timer though. Wisu was getting picked up because they had the Terminate.
Waste?
I think Weezu like alt-tab because he thought...
I just thought he was dead.
In so many of these fights, he's just controlling and dictating the pace of the
Whoa,
fight throughout
look
it.
at Nazimi.
Well, this is a crazy flank. Namja, are you ready for this, though? No, gonna get knocked up. The exclusive is gonna get forced out, but it is gonna be a totem also forced out solo by Nazimi. Nazimi is doing so much work on this backline. Is Wolf's gonna go down? Nazimi is 1v9, man! Like, what is going on?
Oh, no way.
This guy's
That's
the goat,
crazy.
man. This guy's the goat.
Finds the flank onto Namja, forcing out the exclusive, the monkey wire, everything out of Namja.
And then 1v2.
Nine is able to capitalize on it. No. Yeah, but Starby did use Blink, so that is one thing going for Remo Rising. Oh, the grandfather clock. This is actually going to give them some extra timer as well out here. So
And the cooldowns. Now they actually have the ultimates back up.
yeah, so very big pickup for them. Oh, it's so hard to push forward into counterspell without taking too much damage, though. Lolking going to have his solar system popped, so he's going to lose out on that shield. And he's just not able to push forward. He's got to go in. Oh, he's going to try and get onto Starby here, but the Echoes of the Earth. Oh, Magnetic Storm on the backside catches Biane and Starby. But look at Astrolac and Sekiro. They've taken so much damage. They don't have the range to contest against Katya and Eva.
People are split farming. Trigger definitely got to watch out a little bit. Hello?
Is this like bait? What is this?
This is only strat. Oh, the bait worked.
I don't know if it's the bait, but like, God, I like that.
I played it a couple times on ladder. I don't know if it's good because you have to take 2 force cores as Lenny, but I mean, when you get there, you're definitely buffing your. Oh, but you know who is not long for this one? Oh my goodness!
Oh my!
Punish coming out. That I mean, we were talking about it, right?
Yeah.
We
were talking about it. We were literally talking about it.
Yeah, I got a little sad after I didn't see the full white come out. Yeah. So I don't know how much of that was based on the itemization versus just, oh, okay, we know that this is counterspell because they have an Ava. But we do.
They just sent Exus to his death. Like, what? What the heck was that, man? Click it, you won't. And then he just, bet, and just died. Okay. So back to United Front. Here's our Wick team in the bottom of Forest here. But oh my goodness, this VLS from Big Beefy is ambitious, but it's gonna work out.
She absolutely obliterated them with the Blast Energy Field.
Yeah.
Ew. I mean, that video was too tough. I mean, it's on my mind right now, rent free. But we do see Rendezvous dashing on in. Is going to be able to use that Endless Hunt reactivation, but maybe a little ill-advised. Viper is still alive. Alethea is not able to pick up the skill. MSGK forcing it a little too hard, and Starby is just...
Blood for that eye shield. Right now, they've scouted out Counterspell here, but Dino Dance is also on the way back in. Potential third-party opportunity for Dino Dance, but Starby gets blown up immediately. Uberman, recognizing the third party, starts to back up. Bracewell able to get the Nichiren cutout to keep himself alive, and IU gets caught out on the front side. Nine Cash is going to be next to fall here. That's Counterspell.
On the back end of that, though.
Yeah, they're resurrecting Starby on the backside here, but there's no timer on the side of Counterspell. They have to push forward, and they do manage to accomplish just that. Chibi Arc finds a taunt, big spring trap as well. Oh my goodness, Fleechu, time after time, finding these spring traps, making the play. And
Restwell, I think you should just go all 3 of you HP.
All 3 HP, yeah, I agree, but it is what it is. They've made their choice on which pills they would like to take, and now they need to find a way into Trigger here without X's blowing out Fuichu. That's going to be the main worry for Uberman here, but Plasma Dash comes through. X's lands the ult, but yeah, they're just on top of him. Oh my goodness!
And it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter at all. Wow, that was a fantastic expulsion shot. I mean, they just don't have the damage to kill Chibi Arc, despite being triple range.
They have triple range and 2 marksmen.
Somebody's here. You can see they're already setting up some vision, trying to find some sort of angle after prepping the second Q, but they're not going to do anything quite yet. Trigger, there it is. Oh my goodness. X is leading things off with the record to immediately blow up Chibi Arc. Now they're on the hunt for Squirtle as Raceville has fallen as well. Who is itemized here? Would it be Squirtle? Yes, it is Squirtle and Exus here, both fully itemized. Okay, Exus might have just got away with murder here. Yamla maybe recognizing that Exus is a little exposed here, but fighting off forever. A bit more, you can choose Squirtle on the backside, finds the kill onto... Oh my goodness. Okay, so see, this is where the moment where the Supermail looks like incredibly good. Like, checkpoint teams now eliminated.
Exus might have now?
X's. Ooh, is he gonna find the record? No, Nongjo's gonna be able to stay safe on the backside.
Nice little, a great exclusive coming out off the expulsion shot. X is gonna go down to that Paradiso, and now it's just Squirtle and Actor that is paid in this Forest red zone. But I mean, Squirtle has a lot of DPS still left in the book. Actor on the refund of energy, but not just pumping out so much damage. It's gonna be Squirtle going down, and I think we are gonna be seeing a Game 6 coming out.
Naglfar, it's just a matter of time. So they're gonna play this slow, try to keep themselves safe. Nazimi finding some good damage onto Rendezvous on the front side here. Nine taking the White Lily, finds the Ghastly Grip onto Alethea, pulls in MSGK as well. Rendezvous is completely split from this fight as well, not able to contribute until now. Nine finding the kill on the MSGK on the backside. Rendezvous jumping in. Perhaps ill-advised. Dino Dance quick to punish that, and it looks like they will win with 31 points. My goodness. Tournament a little bit longer. Dino Dance, this is their chance to win the event here. Will they be able to close it out? Big Beefy currently has control of the center of the Chronosphere, and they do have a range advantage as well. And it's a very difficult area to poke through or push through. Nine looking for a stealth engage. Look at Camper on the backside. He's pretty unchecked right now. Nine
is down already.
Down immediately, but so is Restia. Brings them to a 2-on-2. Nazimi 2v1 in a dream. Can he make it happen? Big move from Nazimi. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness! I thought Camper had it in the 1v1, but Nazimi is going absolutely nuclear on the Yumin, and they clutch it up.
Where should we go first? Huh? It's my first time at a festival, so my heart is racing so fast. I was waiting for you. Let's go catch some fish together. This is for you! I'm shaking. I wonder what I'll get. I'm so lucky today. I wouldn't be surprised if a cat hops out of the box. A festival is better on a full stomach. If you keep acting like that, even the goldfish you've caught might slip away. Do I look different to you? Do you like it? Okay. Let's clean up before the customers arrive. Today's master is you! This should keep me out of trouble, right? Is there a drawing you'd like to see? Should I draw a squirrel for you? I'll fly anywhere immediately. Did you call me? I want to help you too. Welcome, Master. I'm used to this kind of thing. Is that your wish, Master? No one is cutting in line, right? A limited edition Lenny Checky! You want it, don't you? Delicious! Your favorite maid, Lenny, has arrived! That's it for today's service! Thanks for coming, everyone!
Knock, knock. Your personal hell has arrived. Chaos, destruction, and... what was it again? Only two choices here. Die or kill. You better watch your step. As you can see, we have a lot of eyes watching you. The real thrill comes right before pulling the trigger. Let's test your worth. Ready to pull the trigger? Whoa, calm down there, pal. You can't beat someone who's actually having fun. A life you didn't earn. Now we're taking it back. Nothing more beautiful than a muzzle flash. Knowing this time either, huh? Shame. Yeah, the next wielder should be that one right there.
Light and shadow, good and evil, truth and deceit. The world is split by a singular divide. Now, there's no need to run. Once you stand trial before me, there is no escaping my judgment. Oh dear, your sins are staining my mirror with such filth. A gaze into truth. Light or shadow, which side do you fall on? Now then, shall we take aim with a bit of grace? As expected, my mirror is never mistaken. I'm in trouble! An awful sinner is trying to kill me. Are you lucky? Eyes here, dear. Guilty. Straight to execution.
Between Locked In and Wemo Rising, and again, it's going to be on Sakura to make something happen here. Astrolac trying to get some damage down onto Jigna. Baits out the Quake, actually, so that's actually an important cooldown. Dropped for the side of Locked In. On the bottom side, Minginyu gets rooted, forced to use circulation, and Reign of the Vampire Queen defensively, but Astrolac gets the 1-for-1 on the backside now. Down to a 2-on-2. Sakura and Cabbage on the front side. Ooh, big bat skill from Sakura on the dance. Sakura with the moves. Oh my goodness. This guy is a demon at Tia, bringing this down to a 2-on-1, and poor Jigna. Actually, it's going to be a 3-on-1 because they're going to be able to pick up Astrolac's corpse as well, so the consistent DPS is here to take out the tank if need be, but even without it, it's still just far too uphill battle for Jignut here. Double the amount of teams and zones. Very likely you won't find an honest fight, but Fuichu looking for an angle here. Taunt connects onto Hracefeld, forces out the quick spin on him as the Semtex blows up on the... Oh my goodness. Chi B Arc just blasted Raven Birchie here. Oh my god!
To take that execution technique really early into the fight, and that meant that you just really have no chance. And now it's going to be Big Beefy versus Uberman, and yeah, the vision is off for a reason. There's some freak gameplay going on.
Yeah,
keep an eye out on the GBR play. Yeah, there it is. Who can guess it?
They saw him, and with that, they're going to push forward, knowing that he's behind them. But Chibiark at some point is going to get in on this fight, but to what? Oh my goodness. Down goes Camper. 1-for-1, though. They did find the kill on Hracefeld, who is a big part of their setup. And with Haymaker on cooldown, Chibiark's effectiveness isn't as high in the fight. Now looking to take out Resty. The walk-on connects on a...
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another day of ERCS. I'm excited. How about you, Meek? How's your wonderful Saturday going?
My Saturday is pretty good. I woke up a little early. I actually played some Shadowverse, as you'd be happy to hear. I know, crazy stuff, right? But tangent aside, morning's been pretty good, and now it's about to get even better with some ERCS.
Yeah, let's get right on to it, because as you guys know, it is the last chance qualifiers for today. So you're going to see that here on the overview. We are in phase 2 with Europe just right around the corner. And of course, to the right, you see our point matrix with our prize pool. If you did not remember, we always have that available for you. But I think you guys are tired of seeing that. Let's get into seeing who's actually going to be playing today. And boom.
And boom. As you know, today is our last chance qualifiers to make it into the grand final. 6 teams are waiting, and only 2 more can join from today. So yeah, it'll be top 2 getting out. Very scary stuff. Glorp Nation 2 will be playing with Weiss, Homie, Galazor, and Wokes. We also have Counterspell, our South American heroes from South America. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, Rihanna, Lifer, Starry, and Yinruzu on that roster. We also have Trigger with Dylan, actor that is paid, J-Tang, and Exus. Their all-star roster ready to go today, as well as Epsilon 11 with Kamzi, I have PTSD, Courier, and Keeper of the Sock. We also have the Moonlit Black Cats with some old head names in here. Dona, Min Hyun, Rutini, and Silver Paw 7. Killer Koalas playing as well with Needlelight, Dark Dagon, Dimby, and Tasco. We also have the Caniacs, Lily Petal, Nikki and Nissa, Shriel, Shuvi Senpai, oh my god, and Cynthia. And we also have Berserkers with Eclipse, Athena Kai, Lockney Live, and Delinko.
Crazy roundup for today, and only 2 of them get to make it through this time, which is a little bit different. I mean, we're so used to like half of the lobby making it through, but with only 2 slots today, it's gonna be a crazy 6-round series as we get right into our first game here. I'm excited to see if Moonlit Black Cats are gonna bring out this triple range comp that they've been practicing all week in scrims. It seems to be a pretty good comp for them to be playing. They got the Cicella. I think they usually lock in the Barbara as well, and that Jenny. So we'll see if that's going to come on through here for today.
That'll be a very interesting composition because Barbara Jenny is very hard for any melee to try and approach. So many tools that you have to try and get through. I mean, Barbara just drops all the turrets. It's tons of zone control. Jenny with the carpet, the acceptance speech as well. Play dead allows her to step a little more forward than most shorter range characters would like to. So yeah, really excited to see what they bust out with that. And yeah, it looks like you hit the nail on the head. It's going to be Barbara as the 3rd pick here. Cicella has been on the rise for triple range compositions, especially here in North America. People are starting to realize the value of having some sort of pick potential in triple range, because the weakness we've always talked about with triple range is the ability to, or rather the lack of an ability to muster up a lot of kills throughout a round. So yeah, it seems Cicella has been the answer to that problem, being able to create picks with that grab and set up the team to really lock down a target and kill them.
Yeah, she kind of like comes and goes. For a while, we saw her. I mean, she was like one of the characters that made triple range back when it was like Bernice that was played with her. And then she kind of went away for a bit. Now she's coming back. So we're on the rise of Cicella yet again with 2 of them in the lobby. Not quite enough for it to be banned out, but it will be here for round 1. And I think we had 2 Kochas as well. I saw 2 Celines. So a lot of duplicates coming out, but I don't think anything's actually going to be banned here in round 1. But what we do have in store, of course, is Lumi. Find out what we have on sale for game 1, and it's just going to be our little trees coming on through.
Yeah, some little old trees for sale. And, you know, we have some event NP, as always, to give away to our viewers with our hashtag on Twitter, hashtag ERCS 2026. Tweet it out, let us know what you're thinking, and you will have a chance at winning 300 event NPs sent directly to your Twitter DMs, so make sure those are open and available for us to send them. And yeah, we'll be getting into this game momentarily, just waiting for a few more of our players to load in here. Looking at some of the compositions, I mean, we have quite a lot of variety. We have a good handful of triple range teams. I mean, we have Epsilon 11 also playing triple range, but strangely enough, we have Trigger playing a much more dive-oriented style. This is not something I'm used to seeing them play. I mean, we're used to seeing Dylan on the Abigail, but this kind of composition is not the usual for them.
Yeah, I have seen Exus playing quite a bit of Mai on the solo queue ladder. Not the traditional kind of Mai that you're going to see here probably today. He was having a little bit of fun with Meister Mai, as people I've heard of from some of your streams. So he's going to be on more of a traditional variant of it this time around. And it is also weird that, you know, usually we see Squirtle on Trigger playing the 80 carry, but it's actually going to be after this time. So a lot of the, you know, people moving around playing with different teams kind of gets your head mixed up a little bit. So we'll see how it works out for Trigger. I mean, they have a lot of options here coming on through. I mean, yeah, I think he said, yeah, there's 3 triple backline comps. So yeah, Caniacs being our other one that we highlighted a little bit, I believe. But, you know, they're going to be bringing out the Henry, which is something we see quite often for triple range as well.
The experiment will now begin.
Yeah. And, you know, Glorp Nation, they're actually going to be going on to Arta Drop here. I've been seeing a lot of Alonzo in Arta Drop. We've seen Uberman doing it as well, and it actually looks really good. Alonso does a lot more damage than some people suspect, and we see Weiss is on Blade of Truth. So yeah, definitely gonna be looking to get Arda dropped in and burst someone down as Alonso. Not the most conventional strategy, and it always, I don't know, it always catches me off guard because Alonso for the longest time was just the premier tanky front line, and now his identity is slowly shifting towards more of an assassin style, which is very strange.
Yeah, here we might even have the first kill of the game coming on through for Shuvi. He picks up half a point for his team. And also with Wisu on the frailty, I mean, he just like shreds someone's defense. And all of a sudden, like, you're just getting your butt beat. You're like, what is going on? Why is this guy doing so much damage? And you're like, oh my god, he's got like frailty, Blade of Truth. And I'm just getting 1v1 by Alonso as a fight is still going on here. We do see the Chrono Field going out. Nice stun to keep Nikki and Nissa alive, I believe. And now X is going to try to clean up this kill. But the Strut able to get over the wall, and the Plasma Dash trying to catch up, but just not enough. So it'll be Kaniacs already up to 2 points. They always group down here in Warehouse and get quite a bit of kills since they're almost always fully grouped here. It can kind of pick off any stragglers.
Yeah, I mean, last weekend we saw Berserkers and Kaniacs in the same lobby, and both of these teams always end down in Dock Barge area, so be prepared to see a lot of fighting early game. As we see more fighting happening here, Starby gonna get blown up. The rest of Counterspell just gonna split away from each other as Epsilon 11 takes control over Alley for the time being. But we do have another team around the corner. I believe that is the remnants of Berserkers here. As Athena Kai goes in and gets her one on Kamzy. Keep her the sock with a bit of retaliation here. Should be able to pick up the kill, no problem. Oh, the dash comes available just in time, but it's not going to be enough. The double tap will be able to get Keep her the sock that kill.
Oh. As we have the blank cartridge going out, but I don't think it's going to be enough unless the speed gate not going to come up in time, but maybe with the moving turn, able to hit the plant back to the team, able to pick up the kill into a Clisp here. And now Lockney on the run here on the Johan. Looks like they are going to be out of here. Something we don't see often is Lenore. So my eyes personally are going to be kind of glued to Kamzy. I mean, we never see that character often in competitive just due to her stacking mechanic and kind of it being relatively important for her CDR, because the more CDR she gets, the other items she can kind of decide to go after instead. You like the D skill, which she absolutely has to have, but other things without CDR that provide a bunch of amp. So she can get a lot of stacks early that can really alter her build into later parts of the game. So we'll see if that comes through for them, as they're already at 2.5 points so far. So quite a bit of kills coming through as the ulti's coming out from Athena Kai to try to run away here. Well, so does he have a Nimrod's Gate to continue this chase? Looks like probably not, unless they're going to keep going for it.
It's like they are going to continue the chase. The Owl attack does connect on the Eclipse, so he uses the bluff to negate it. Managing to use his first attack to maintain that distance.
Oh,
no. These things happen.
Okay.
Sometimes you're standing right on top of the White Lily, and you just go up and you come right back down. Unfortunate for Lockney, but moving over towards Chabel here. Minhai dropping a lot of damage on Nikki and Nissa initially. Forget last, not going to be enough from Dona there. Lily Petal, very low. Silver Paw still in the chase. Can use the moving reload to try and catch up, as well as this Black Dress to try and get extra move speed. It's not going to be enough. Lily Petal makes it out.
It looks like a fight's still happening here. Unfortunately, Actor is already down. Exodus trying to see if he can maybe get a kill on the Needlelight here, but I fear the early game mind not having enough items to do enough damage. Should be able to take him down. Tasco should be able to pick up this tree, no problem, as Trigger losing out on 2 members means they're going to have to walk away, as Kamzy going to have to use the blink. Try to get away. It looks like the Inna Blitz will help secure that. So it'll be Counterspell taking over archery range here. The Epsilon 11 missing on 2 members, just going to play it safe for a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to go out super early, especially in a format like this where it's top 2 get out. Every point matters. Dylan fighting for his life here, but he's going to get taken down. So Trigger actually in a bit of trouble here, but the revive does come through from Exis, who's going to fight it out with Actor at his side against Keeper the Sock, but I think they're just going to want to back up, get their bearings, get Dylan respawned, and play from there. So yeah, teams now looking at Wolf rotations on the day change here, as all the objectives have gone down for the most part. So you'll see a lot of teams rotating around the map, trying to pick up whatever Wolf rotations they can, and get enough credits for their tempo columns of force cores, which you can already see some teams getting here. Jonah and Minhai both getting their Collins off for that force core spike. And yeah, we only have another minute until second rotation of objective spawns.
Just waiting a little bit longer for these teams to start making their way over there. I mean, looking across the board, almost every team has a couple points except for our Moonlit Black Cats here. Unfortunately, they haven't really come across a kill yet, as Eclipse does spot out Epsilon 11. You see if the Inukai does get the ton here. Wings of Light has been activated. The moving turn almost canceled there a little bit. And with the Blade Cartridge, Keeper of the Sock is trying to kite this out here, both the slow from the Transcendent Sensor. They will go down, as well as I have PTSD. Kamzi, last member, going to make their way through stream. Relatively safely, it looks like. Even a free box possibly in Temples. So maybe they'll luck out here. We'll find out in about 20 seconds.
Very interesting, the Berserkers comp, because this kind of bruiser with Johan is not something we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing this paired with Lenny, traditionally at least, the menace known as Hyunwoo Lenny from ages long past. Now with Johan in the mix, it's definitely an interesting dynamic. Dylan, though, finding the kill on the Tasco on the backside as the rest of the team takes care of Dark Dagon. They're going to take over Beach, which is huge because you got the Alpha spawning here. Bear rotation spawns. You get the Mutant Bear pack up there as well. So big value for Trigger on their tempo here. Looks like Moonlit Black Cats are going to luck out here and get this Rift for free. So they're not going to have too much of a time investment picking up the objective here as well.
Yeah, with that, two teams were in Temple, as a fight is going to break out here. Fortunately, the taunt not quite going to land. A nice poly from Starby for some decent damage. But with the wall stun, Starby's going to have to use the totem. Eclipse still looking to try to get this kill, and on the backside, Lifer gonna maybe go down. He does get his one, though, and maybe getting a second one on Lockney. And just like that, it's turned into a 3v1, as Lifer is fighting for his life. Does go down, but with Eclipse in the corner, I have to imagine these two should be able to pick it up pretty quickly with the Polymorph in tow. It will be our South American heroes, as you say, Counterspell taking over the Rift.
Looks like Glorp Nation's going to find a quick kill on the Dark Dagon here. Trying to use the heavy hand of the law to get over to that White Lily, but not going to have enough health to get himself out of that situation. But yeah, if you check back on this replay, I mean, Liper just mixes it up here. Barely stays alive. Really good job by Miyane as well, using that pull to provide some extra peel for Liper to keep him alive just that little bit longer so they can pump out the damage needed.
Yeah, very well played. That counterspell there, picking up a couple more kills, and the reward is an Exus. Tries to get a pick here onto Silverpaw. Looks like the taunt did land. Accepted speech is down as Silverpaw trying to stay alive, and with the turrets just wailing on the team of Trigger, they're gonna have to back up for now. They do have the healing plant though, which they can use to heal up relatively quickly before our tree does spawn. As Dylan's going to take that as an entrance into the fight with the passive down from Jenny. One person already down, another person going down as well. Jonah's the last member. Already relatively far away, so should be fine as this fight is still breaking out here. I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot going on, but like no one looks like to have lost any HP because of Johan and Arnos, so they're just going to separate. And a Meteorite is going to go over to Glorp Nation too.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a nothing max battle there between those two teams. You know, just it's so difficult because if they don't find an in onto Wokes, there really isn't a fight to be had for Berserkers. So yeah, really nothing is able to be done on the approaching side of Berserkers. So yeah, Glorp Nation able to pick that up. No problem here, but they are on a bit of a collision course with Epsilon 11 here, who is heading up the bridge, currently doing the chickens, probably looking towards the wolves and pond. Glorp Nation, I think, has caught wind of what's going on here. So they're going to step forward. I would expect a Nimrod's Gate in the very near future. Here it comes down. Blank Cartridge is going to come through just as some extra security measure here to make sure that they can get away from Glorp Nation. Counterspell also in the area, but nothing going to start up here as all teams are split off from each other.
Yeah, that team is long gone. They're like, oh nah, we are not dealing with that. they're like all the way on the other side of Sem already, as we have both teams kind of maneuvering around Research Center. A couple teams actually here in Sem as well, as we have the Caniacs spotting them out. We do see the L attack going out, and I believe that's on IPTSD, who's going to go down relatively quickly here from the Magnetic Storm from Weiss. And with that, the rest of Epsilon 11, unfortunately, Gonna have to leave and find a spot to revive their team. Keeper of the Sock on the run. I believe they activated Wings of Light for that movement speed to try to get farther away from Wokes, but he is well aware that they might be going for the Hyperloop. Looks like he does stop it here. And with the chase with Holmy, I believe this should be an easy kill to pick up here. Looks like they will get that one, and it's up to Kamzi, I believe, to revive the teammate here. So let's have a blast going down from Athena Kai. Get a chase onto Tasco here. Does he have the off-limits available? He does. Able to get over the wall. And with that, maybe this fight is turned around for the Killer Koalas as they set their sights on Eclipse. Trying to run here
A subject has
pretty fast. We'll see if he's able to get out. The pole just barely not reaching, so they are well out of there.
I really like that from Tasco. He went right up against the wall, rode it for a bit. He knows he's in a position where he's really just isolated and picked off. And he completely flips the script by going over that wall, because really the only one who can go over the wall is Athena Kai from Berserkers. The other two are not able to. So yeah, really just able to get himself repositioned with his team while simultaneously just putting Berserkers in a really bad spot. Really like that. But yeah, Epsilon 11 able to pick up this rift for free here. Mutant Bear Pack over in Temple. Going over to Counterspell. They got a red box spawning on top of them momentarily here too. With nobody nearby to contest it, they should be able to pick this up no problem. And it looks like they have lots of slots that need filled out. So yeah, really good pickup from them getting this red box.
The Lunar Embrace on Wisu, so silly. As he he's making his way. Like, you'd think he could go like Centipede's Pauldron, but no, we're gonna take the Lunar Embrace for the damages. Tasco trying to run away from Eclipse, who's finally caught up. Unfortunately, we know how this goes. The Wallstone will land as Needlelight trying to save him. Won't get the save, but maybe he can pick up the kill. Nice bluff to dodge out on the bat skill. But oh, the Wallstone landing with the clean sweep missing. Is it gonna be enough for Eclipse to turn the script? Just barely. And on the other side, Athena Kai getting chased by Dark Dagon here. Looks like it will be a 1v2 turnaround. Trying to go for the res, a little bit sketchy. Here's Dark Dagon now in a fight for his life, trying to maybe pick up a kill. Now on the run with the third party here. Pull not quite gonna land, as I believe they will go down. Our first team Killer Koalas will be eliminated.
Yeah, so unfortunate for Needlelight. I mean, had he hit that clean sweep, it would have been a completely different situation. It would have been Eclipse going down. Killer Koalas would have been okay, but another fight happening in Forest here. Holmy, rather, getting quite dangerously low, but Wokes and Wees trying to continue the fight. They know I have an advantage state. Wokes blinking forward, lands the Q to finish off Nikki and Nitsa. Now just Lily Petal left. Gonna be forced to Monkey Wire away. Glorp Nation 2 gonna have that fight all in well. Moonlit Black Cats have CCTVs here. They're not far. They're gonna see Lily Petal walking in alone.
Oh no!
And yeah, they're gonna really try to push this here. You can see on the top side, yeah, they're just gonna back off for now. Glorp Nation 2 not able to enter the zone either, but Lily Petal likely gonna have to wait around in Cemetery to try and get the rift. Moonlit Black Cats might be privy to that kind of information. They did see that she was all alone, so they know she'll be going for a revive. And the rift would be the ideal choice to try and get these revives off without incurring a credit loss. But we'll see if Moonlit Black Cats decide to try and rotate to gatekeep it. Yeah, it looks like they will.
There they are, almost instantly. I was going to say, nice thing about Nadine is with the use of Monkey Wire, you have a lot of different avenues, so you can avoid CCTVs very well. But Moonlit Black Cats already knowing what is going on in the area, they're just going to swarm the rift. Actually, 2 teams already in the area. So unfortunately, Lily Petal's going to have to find another means to revive their team. They really want to force this here, but it looks like it's actually going to be the mobile VLS to escape. Plenty of time to get on out of there. So hopefully they pick somewhere that is safe to be able to revive their team. Yeah,
I like this.
They're going to go right to the rift. Able to get that safely, but is a team going to contest them is the question, as Wickline does come up here. 3 teams in the area. So we'll see who ends up picking this up.
Glorp Nation and Moonlit Black Cats currently at a standoff with each other, which really gives Trigger a great avenue of opportunity to pull this wick line. Both teams know if either one steps up, they're put in a pincer situation, so both Moonlit Black Cats and Glorp Nation can't really move from where they are without compromising their positioning. So yeah, because of that, Trigger's able to pick up the wick line for free.
And they do indeed, with this rift also being picked up for free. So free revive for the KDX. They get to come back, no problems there. There's a little bit of posturing from both of our triple range teams here. I have PTSD trying to get a pick, but nothing going to come through yet. They're just going to leave for now as This team is being found out here, but
Oh, he's disconnected. Oh,
Yeah,
I did not
oh,
realize that was
no.
what's going on. I see. That changes everything too. But you know, I was like, why are they still sitting there?
I know, right?
Like, what's going on? Like at first, it's like it makes sense for them to not push forward here, but then they're like, okay, what's going on? Okay, unlucky. But speaking of unlucky, ooh, polymorphed out of the
Nice
time
play.
jump as well. Yeah, really well done by Starby. Cancel that out for Nikki and Nissa, really just removing any hopes of escaping counterspell here as they look to find a little more. They know the Caniacs are in the area. Miyane pushing forward. They don't take the White Lily, which leaves it up
Oh my
as an option
gosh.
for counterspell. And Shuvi gonna get taken out here by
Oh, the
Starby.
third party?
Lily Petal on their own, but the Berserkers come in for a third party. Stasis forced out immediately as Eclipse pushes forward onto Miyane. Girl in the bubble used to buy time while Liper drops more DPS down onto Eclipse. Eclipse forced to back out. Athena Kai ulting in, but they haven't been able to establish any damage onto Liper, who is the primary threat for Berserkers to deal with. They invested everything into trying to deal with Miyane first. And now Liper's taking full reins of this fight, Starby, extending the distance a little bit further. Eclipse is pretty poked out, but Athena Kai got the rest up, but so much damage coming out immediately. Great pull onto Eclipse to peel him off. Starby in a bit of a compromised position here on the inside, but Athena Kai also forced out of the fight. Starby gonna go down, but Liper not gonna find the return kill. Oh, actually
got it.
catching it with the ballistic advantage there. Or was it the in a blitz? I wasn't sure
I think it was
which
in a blitz.
when it was in a blitz. Oh, I see.
I don't know.
But
We can look to see that. You know, we don't even have time.
yeah, we don't have time. There's another fight going on now. Silver Pop linking forward, trying to find Keeper the Stock, but great response from Kamzi on the backside. Minhayen gonna eat that ultimate as well as Ghostlight getting chunked out pretty hard. Both teams forced to disengage.
That was a crazy turn of events from a lot of things going on there. Caniacs and Kriller Koalas are two teams that are down so far. Unfortunately, Minhayun gets found out here by Dylan, and the damage is crazy as he is just kind of walking them down into cemetery. They fell relatively quickly. Unfortunately, Moonlit Black Cats are down to one member. Day 5 is still here, so that means we have to find Lumi to get or Revives, who seems to be all the way in police station. See if they're able to sneak their way over there at some point. Both two teams in the area be relatively difficult as Berserkers are already trying to look for the Lumi as well.
Yeah, and teams are aware, as we always mention as well, of the public information at the top of the lobby. 6 teams up with 14 players alive is definitely not how this should math out of every team was full. So they're aware that people are looking for revives. Looks like Silverpaw is going to go into deep red, invest a lot of timer here. Safety drone comes out to make sure they get all the revives. They should see a VLS come out too. Mobile VLS. Yes, there it is. Will Silverpaw make it out? 4 seconds. 3, 2. Okay, they're okay for now. But they do need to find some kills to restore some timers, so more work to be done for the Moonlit Black Cats as another fight happens here, homie. Dropping a lot of damage onto Athena Kai. Duos coming through. Whoa. On the backside, still untouched as both frontliners deal with each other. Lockney trying to land a root. Homie gonna go in, but a lot of damage coming through from Athena Kai. The taunt connects. Dimensional Strike comes out, but it's not gonna be enough. Woke's in a 2v1 here, but Athena Kai has a lot of healing. Can they take her out? Yes! Woke finds the kill to Athena Kai, and I don't know about you, but my money's on Arda winning against Johan here. Yes, look at the damage. Even get a little bit of assist from the Wolves. Nimrod's Gate comes through. Woke's able to finish that off. Homie's corpse undetected by anybody as they're stuck fighting above them. Epsilon 11. PTSD gonna go down. Kimsey on the run. Minhai's gonna be able to find them, and that will be the end of Epsilon 11 as Counterspell disengages on the tail end of the fight towards the top side of Fire Station. Wokes and Homie still alive. I'm wondering if Weiss has reconnected. Perhaps that's what's going on. They have their third member reconnected, so Wokes is going to go into red. Perhaps a little early here.
It's okay, it's Arda.
Yeah, he did just get killed, so he should have a lots of timer. Yeah, waiting in the safety drone up here. And yeah, he is Arda as well, so drop the Nimrod's Gate, get the Reva. Does he have to sell gear? Is he selling gear? No, he has credits. What's going on? Is he not? He must not be reconnected, and they realize it's a -1. Oh,
no. I was gonna say, I was peeking. I was like, I see that their VC might be full, but maybe it's like still, you know, like one of those things as we have this fight still breaking out. A nice poly, but it's not going to be enough as unfortunately Counterspell does go down. Moonlit Black Cats are back. Now, 3 teams available. You don't get to see how many people are alive, so they're not aware that Glorp Nation 2 is still only a 2-man. With 500 credits on Homie, I really wish they could get this VF buy off before trying to see what they could do here in the final zone.
Yeah, it would be nice to cap out that boot slot.
Yeah.
Looks like it's just going to be a Meteorite Slam, making those Iron Maidens as Woke steps up. They see the Moonlit Black Cats here.
Oh my gosh,
but
damage.
they're just a 2-man. They're going to send it on a Nimrod's Gate blink forward, but Wokes is going to go down immediately, and Homie, wait a minute. A lot of damage coming out. They managed to find a kill, so they get an extra point. Not too bad when they've been stuck as a 2-man for like half the lobby now. But yes, looking at the gear of our final teams here, Trigger, definitely the front runner to the lobby. 2 blood weapons online between ERCS and Dylan here, so going to have to really watch out for them. They're going to gate immediately on the Silver Paw here. ERCS trying to push forward, but taking a lot of damage in response. Those turrets are no joke. Barely managed to, no! Just goes down to the free electron laser. As Dylan now looking to turn things around onto Midnight, finds the kill, Actor goes in with it, Silverpaw looking to play the corpse, and once again, we have duos.
I'm sure ERCS would have used his ulti to kind of like to dodge out on the charm from the acceptance speech. I feel like if he does that, he just walks out, but it looks like we greeted it for a little bit longer as Dylan is going to start this fight. Is going to get the kill with the Dimensional Strike, and with the movement speed here, able to dodge out on quite a bit, which I don't even think is really needed, as Actor finishes the job, and they finish the job on Dona as well. Trigger winning out on our first game.
Yeah, the dive potential of Trigger, very, very potent with this composition, but yeah, really well done by them overall. I mean, it looked kind of grim at first with ERCS getting taken out immediately, but fortunately they were able to catch Minhai off on the backside of that fight, and yeah, really well done from there, because with Minhai down, the response damage is not nearly as high. I mean, we saw how much damage those turrets were doing to ERCS at the start. I mean, that was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, when all 3 turrets are blasting, it hurts a lot.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the aggression coming out because I mean they're against triple range. They don't want them to have the chance to set up, but maybe a little too much aggression. Like I said, I wish the ulti came out sooner from ERCS to hopefully save himself, but I guess it doesn't really matter. The turnaround is very good from his other 2 teammates, which you'll be able to see here on the replay in just a moment while we pull it up here for you all. And it looks like we're gonna get here right at the moment that ERCS is already charmed and uses his ult to try to save himself, but unfortunately just not enough time. And I like the idea of trying to force the res here because it pushes them towards them. And I mean, Dylan has definitely plenty of items to just kind of solo one person relatively quickly.
Yeah, when he's allowed to just play on his rotations and not be forced into situations where he's just like a sitting duck in the middle of a bunch of things, he's going to get a lot of value, and he's going to drop people really quickly. And you're going to see it happen again here to Silverpaw. Just jumps in, doesn't even need to mark with the Reaping Slash or anything, just goes in, marks down on the tail end, and I mean, that's lights out after that. 2v1 at that point. I mean, Dylan, even if it was 1v1, Dylan had more than enough damage on his own. But yeah, look at the damage ERCS takes on the start, man. It's just so high. So you can just see how well this Moonlit Black Cat comp can really do under the right conditions. But yeah, really well done by Trigger. And I mean, Actor, I mean, untouched the whole fight. He got to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, he was just chilling. He was just kind of watching his team, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, he plays follow-up, right? But ERCS went a little too deep on the first part, so wasn't able to quite follow up as much as he would have liked to on ERCS on the first part.
Yeah. No, very well played off from the side of Trigger, winning out on the first game here. And with no bans on the table, they can stick to that, or they can change it up a little bit. We won't really know till we get to the lobby. I'm more curious if our buddy Wisu's okay out there. Hopefully he isn't having any more issues with this connection. But coming back to see that your team got like 15 points is still pretty good. So I mean, not a bad game for someone that's disconnected, as we do have the scores available here. We'll take a look at where everyone's sitting before going into game 2. And of course, Trigger being our winners of game 1 will be the first place team here so far with 21.5 points. Moonlit Black Cats and Glorp Nation 2 following right behind them with 17 and 15.5. Counterspell Berserkers falling in 4th and 5th, and around at the bottom. We have Epsilon 11, Killer Koalas, and Caniacs rounding out the bottom. But we still have 5 more games to go to find out who the top 2 are. We're going to be joining our other finalists for tomorrow.
Yeah, still lots of time for any of these teams to make up a large amount of points. I mean, we've seen all of these teams play last weekend. All of them had shown they were capable of winning lobbies. So meshing them all together, it'll be no surprise to see this scoreboard shuffle up quite considerably in the coming games. An update on our little friend Weiss here. It looks like he has managed to join the lobby, so fingers crossed for him as we get into our next game here.
All right, let's take a look what these picks are. Don't really see any changes coming out, as everyone looks to be picking the same things, except for the Caniacs actually going to be hovering over to the Alonzo.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a change up here coming on through.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them play Arta Drop with Alonzo as well. So, yeah, it won't be surprising to... Oh, actually, they're going to go the Hisui comp. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. They also have a little Hisui comp that they run here. Which is... I don't know. It's not my favorite composition from them, truthfully. But perhaps they need a little whimsy to shake things up after the first lobby.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you need a little bit of a change up. So the lobby can maybe get them some more points. We'll see. Maybe even going over to the Bernice. I thought they played this with Lenny. Am I the crazy one?
Yeah, this is. I mean, it's a whole new world, I guess. Bernice.
Okay.
This comp is very vulnerable. You have 2 0. Now, when I say 0, I mean like 0 defensive mobility characters. So if Caniacs get third-partied, they are in a really rough spot. Hisui isn't the greatest at running away from third parties as well, because her dash mechanics either A, require you to hit somebody, or B, require you to hit somebody to help reset the dash. So yeah, it's not the greatest if they get third party, but if they fight under the right conditions themselves, they can really create some strong engages. I mean, explosive bolo, we've seen it time and time again. When it hits people, be very impactful.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a team that can farm a lot of kills for sure with Bernice, but like you said, the running away capabilities aren't entirely there. But who does have running capabilities is Lumi, because sometimes they like to zoom out in here. Or they like to bring Super instead.
God. Hi, Super. Bringing our 4 scores. The Mr. 4 score himself. Supplying us with
Christmas
the goods today.
Lumi.
Christmas Lumi. Oh my.
I miss Christmas Lumi. I'll
Christmas
say it.
Lumi was so good. That caught me off guard, so I was like, oh my god, look at Lumi go zooming on the sled. It was so good. But
Christmas in July, we need it. That's what I'm saying.
We need it. It's still June. We'll have to save it for next month. Next month, we're bringing back Christmas Lumi.
That could be the Mithril one, courtesy of me, because it's my favorite.
You know what?
Like a Mithril slay?
It's crazy, because if I were to say that exact same thing, they would not do it. But because of you saying it, that's definitely going to happen.
So, like, we're noting that down right now.
Yeah, on the notepad. July, Christmas Lumi, every single time. No pivot.
Or at least for Mithrils.
Yeah, just for Mithrils, yeah.
As we get into game 2 here, if you're just joining us, make sure you tweet out hashtag ERCS 2026 if you want a chance at some of that event NP. There's a lot of cool things out there, you know, with like my REM skin and stuff, or if you need some more emotes. So make sure you guys tweet that out so you guys can get some of that green goodness, as Meek likes to say, as we're in round 2 of Last Chance Qualifiers. It could be anyone's game still.
That green goodness, as I like to say. Do I really say that a lot? I guess I do. I do.
Oh no, it's the one thing I remember. It's just like your thing.
I got a couple things that are my thing, you know, just like certain things that I say. Needlelight, though. Yeah, he's making the great escape. I mean, Silverpaw invested Blink into Carpet, which looked really good as an opener to make this pick happen, but Needlelight just zooming away with speed gates. Dark Dagon here looking for the turn. Pole connects on the girl in the bubble. They're going to try and focus down Sissel immediately. Dona gets blown up now in a 2v1. Silverpaw finds one. Minhai able to regroup with the team and back up Silverpaw and take out Dark Dagon. So yeah, really well done by Moonlit Black Cats, finding a lot of early kills thus far. looking across the board here, Berserkers also finding a lot of kills. And see, this is interesting because on this Berserkers comp, they're on the complete other side of the map. They've grouped Barge all last week, and now they're, you know, switching it up, going to the top side, staying unpredictable. But Caniacs still, these guys always down here in the Barge early game. Looks like Trigger's going to try and contest it here. Exit getting on the backside with Dylan. They're going to take out Nikki and Nissa immediately. And that's the main carry of this composition gone. So with that, they'll be able to take out Shubi pretty quickly here. Who is that? The Dark Dagon joining the mix, trying to find his one on the Dylan. Not going to make it happen. Tazco trying to poke in as well, but nothing going to come of it. Looks like Trigger will take over the Barge for the bear rotation down there.
Needlelight trying to pick up this kill into Lily Petal here. The clean sweep does land with the electromagnetic storm. Will it be enough? No, the bat skill. Maybe? Trying to dodge out. Yeah, Needlelight gonna go down. Not gonna pick up that kill, unfortunately, but Dylan trying to use the body to catch up to Shubi here. Will we need the dimensional strike? Are we just gonna be able to take this out with the auto? It looks like it will come through. Dex is burger flipping Shubi back to his teammates for fun. And yeah, with that, another kill going over to Trigger.
I love, by the way, that it's just universally called burger flip. Like,
yeah, it's just a burger flip.
like it has a name, but like literally everybody calls it this. And where it originated, no, I don't even know who first said that, but like
the burger flip.
Everybody uses it. It's the burger flip. You got to give it up. Yeah, looking at the map here though, Epsilon 11 currently grouped in Temple, waiting around for this tree, catching the rest of the hunts that are in the area. Looks like Homie's here. Homie took CCTVs, I believe, away from Epsilon 11, so they know someone's here. Yeah, they went and did a little investigation, taking out Homie, and they're going to take back CCTVs, prepping for that objective, keeping control over the area. Exis looked for a kind of a crazy angle there that I'll talk about in a second. But fortunately for him, the full squad of Moonlit Black Cats is here, and they're going to put Trigger on a break. Yeah, Exis dashed into the bear to try and push it, or the bat to try and push it into someone for a rattle. That was kind of interesting. Yeah, you'll see it on the replay here. You'll see Exis dash into this bat to try and shove it at Minhai, but Minhai just wasn't lined up with it, so it just didn't work out at all. Unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but looks like the interrupt didn't come in time. Needlelight just barely scooping up that tree, but Woke's on the chase. Wanting the tree. His team not too far behind him, so see if they decide to continue this and force it as the Nimrod gate goes out. There we go, the point coming through right on top of the cube. But Whis taking a lot of damage as Homie trying to save Wokes here from Dark Dagon, I believe. Actually, Whis almost taking him out as it's a 1-for-1 exchange, but the tree still on Needlelight's body means that he's gonna be able to walk away with that. He's going to be able to give it to Tasco to craft. As Silverpaw interrupting this here. Woke's able to pop the passive. Will they be able to pick up the kill, though? Nice blink coming off of Silverpaw. Also dodging out on the Babylon's cube. Will it be enough? It will be. He does pick up the kill onto Woke's here. And now, with the E, with that movement speed, will it be enough? I think it might be with the White Lily here. Yeah, Silverpaw's on out of there. Silverpaw
getting his one. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. That zoom in on Wokes' course is crazy. No, man. I mean, it's a battle of generations. I mean, you know, like Silverpaw from early access coming through out of nowhere, fighting North America's strongest mage player now. Like, that was like, I was literally just watched like Gojo versus Sukuna, man. Like, what the heck was that? The strongest in history versus the strongest of today. But anyways, Dylan gonna go in. Keeper of the Sock gonna get chunked, leaving half his health as Dylan keeps pushing forward. Good Knife 4 combo, but Dylan with that dimensional strike, able to dodge out on the checkmate while simultaneously returning his own damage. Really well done.
Quest on the run here. It is going to be able to get out, no problems, it looks like here. Starby does find Lily Petal in Barge Dock area. These two teams posturing a little bit as Nikki and Nissa getting a call in through really quickly before this fight maybe starts. Shuvi spotted by Miana here, playing a little bit careful. Don't want to get pulled as the Blitz comes out, maybe just for a little bit of vision check. As the bull, unfortunately, not going to land onto Starby here, but the point going to get canceled by the Poly. As they're able to escape thanks to the change over the wall. Lily Petal trying to flash in with the magnetic storm, but unfortunately it's not going to land here. And with that, counterspell on the aggression is able to pick up Lily Petal here. Might be able to pick up the kill onto Shuvi. It looks like we're going to change onto the hat here. The auto, not going to be enough here. And with the White Lily, Shuvi is on out of there. But the Mithril going over to the side of Counterspell while in Pawn. It will be Glorp Nation too.
Yeah. Something weird happened there, by the way. I can't even talk about it. Is the rift going on?
Man.
Kai looking at Min Hyun here. He's completely isolated here. Let's have a blast coming down on his head. But look at all the turrets. If you can't extend the fight any further, the damage piles up. Midnight able to take out Athena Kai's Eclipse. Should be able to return a kill, bringing this down to a 2-on-2. Locked in Eclipse, leaving, regrouping, looking to play the corpse here as they get the healing plant to heal Eclipse back up. Dona sticking the revive as Eclipse runs interference, and I'll let them approach. We're going to get back to 3 members on each side as a safety drone comes out for Berserkers to allow them to rest up and fully reset here. They are down some resources, though. Athena Kai, without her ultimate, it's really going to hurt her ability to chase a little more forward here as they try and force their way through to try and find something, but Athena Kai is going to go down first. I mean, it's just so difficult when you're forced to walk in a straight line at a triple range comp like this. They have so many tools to play for their self-peel of their whole team, and this composition really shines when it plays as a unit like this.
I just can't help but laugh at the Barbara Minhyun just puts on the triple turret and is just running in circles.
Oh,
yeah.
Does Polly... Okay, so Lily Petal has her passive shield up, but she got
No, it wasn't
Polly.
up. It wasn't up.
Was it not up? No, hold on.
I don't think so. I think it came up after. I think it was still down. I knew you were going to say something about it.
Okay, because I saw the Polly hit... No, the shield's been...
Oh. And that's something I'd already popped it.
Maybe Polly doesn't get blocked.
Boom.
Boom.
It's right
okay.
here.
Now we can see the fighting. It looks like Berserkers is winning a fight here against the Caniacs. Nikki and Nissa actually only used the flash step on the Raven. Rare angle used as an escape here, but it will work nonetheless. But on the other side of the map, less fortunate Silver Paw here, found by Glorp Nation, and it's going to be Moonlit Black Cats holding an 8th place after their very successful first game. Like I said, this is not anywhere near over after game 1. This scoreboard can change so drastically with all of these teams playing today. Pulled off the White Lily as Weiss. Gonna get locked down. Taken out by Counterspell as the rest of Glorp Nation's way far away over there in Cemetery.
Unfortunately, they're going to have to res their teammate here, but at a little bit cheaper price thanks to it being done in Hospital. They can regroup here relatively quickly. Got the healing plant too. Looks like Wiss is going to try to get one last call off here before fighting over the Omega. Counterspell aware. Someone is here. Looks like they're actually going to start it early. Try to get this pick onto Starby. He's getting quite a bit of damage onto Wokes. Dodging out on the Babylon's Cube a little bit here. Still having Totem available. Looks like they're going to try to be aggressive here as the free at last does come out. Homie gonna get polyed and taken down, and is now a 3v2 as Wokes. Maybe no, not going to make it out. He's going to get taken down by Liper here as Wiz, the last surviving member. Gonna maybe run into Exus here. No. Looking scary for Alone Alonso. Does have the White Lily. Able to escape right back into Chapel.
Fortunately, you might not want to do this. Yeah, the chase is on, and poor Weiss is on Alonso. He will not be long for this world unless he can make it out. Oh, the immobilization immunity from the passive will be able to keep him alive just long enough and get him out on the VLS. Looking for the revives. Looks like he's just going to do it in red over in Fire Station there. As fighting happens over this Omega. Trigger on the back foot here as the Inna Blitz comes out. Ooh, big damage across the board. Put on the triggers. Their positioning gets really split up here, but the objective is still up. It gets reset. The Trigger has an opportunity to loop back in here. Maybe go for a little triangulation. White Lily used by Exus to get on the Liper on the backside, but the peel is relatively good. Starby going in on the backside here. Stasis forced out. Wall stunned by Exus. Trigger will be able to pick up that kill, no problem. And unfortunately, Starby had the fort score from Omega, so Trigger's going to walk away with the objective as well.
did luck out there, taking out one member of Counterspell, getting the objective, and now they get to make their way to, I'm gonna say Research Center maybe? Maybe their eyes are on the gold cube, but they're gonna see that's gonna get taken, so they're gonna be aware that someone is in the area. And they do see Counterspell does get the revive off already, so they're gonna be able to regroup here in Chapel for the box that's gonna be spawning in about 30 seconds. As Stream has two teams posturing a little bit, both 30 seconds left. It looks like they both are gonna opt to leave, going on to opposite sides of Pond. Fortunately, no objective here, I believe, for either of them. So they're going to have to start making their way somewhere as a fight is starting here. Needlelight trying to run here as Athena Kai just barely missing on the ulti test. Go on the run from Eclipse yet again. We saw this happen earlier. Very unfortunate time to be a Kacha when this is happening to you. Off limits used, able to get the movement speed here as well, but unfortunately Lockney is there to help clean up the kill. But it is a 1-for-1 exchange, it looks like, as Athena Kai does go down as well. Both teams looking at getting the revive and now going to fight the 2v2 as the double wallstone does land from Eclipse here, but it looks like Needlelight still staying healthy enough. Is able to hit the bat skill here as well. The pull not going to land as Eclipse. They're setting his sights on a Needlelight. Is the damage going to be enough? He's trying to escape with the dirty work, but isn't able to quite make it out as Dark Dagons are going to try to force the res here. Eclipse is going to go back in, and now it's Athena Kai back. Looks like they're going to be able to get this chase as Let's Have a Blast does come through. I think with that, Dark Dagon will be going down. The Killer Koalas, unfortunately, will be our second team eliminated.
Yeah, I mean, a very scrappy fight between these two teams, but that's what Berserker's composition is always going to excel at. Any sort of extended fight is exactly what they want with the core of Hyunwoo and Byung. But more posturing here as Epsilon 11's looking for an opening here, just preparing more pawns. Try and get Queen ready. Queen is available, but looks like KNX are not interested in trying to take this fight here. They're just going to make their way over into Chapel, take CCTVs, establish some vision control over an area, and play from there. Counterspell currently waiting for Wickline to spawn, but Glorp Nation 2 in the area, sending a Nimrod's Gate, but not getting some good value out of the distance here. Homie getting on the backside, gonna get polymorphed immediately as Weaves goes on a response here. Finds a kill on the Starby. Weaves looking for more. Spell Shield does block the pole, but they're just gonna play Starby's corpse here for the time being as Counterspell might look to get a quick revive off in Research Center. Perhaps they'll turn back around and look for more. As now Caniacs are looking to try and get towards this red box, but looks like Keeper of the Socks can be able to pick it up while his team just gatekeeps. Yeah, it looks like it was a shoe slot in the box as well, so really good pickup for them. Wickline still contested as Berserkers are here now, actually. Counterspell decided to not come back into force, but Berserkers currently...
Hey, the cameras, guys! Hello?
What cameras? I'm not worried about that.
God.
Glorp Nation be able to pick up the Wickline here as Athena Kai forced to ult defensively here. Clips gonna jump in and scoot right back out. Lockney gonna be the scapegoat here, going down. But did Eclipse? No, he doesn't have the blood. I can see it there in Whis' inventory. I thought he like ran in and like looted it real quick and zoomed out. But yeah, I guess they realized that fight is not quite good, considering they don't have the Wickline buff against two teams that'll pretty much play a similar style in that kind of team fight.
I don't even think we mentioned how I have PTSD is now an Adela.
Yeah, we didn't really mention it at the start, but yeah, it's definitely a big switch up. We're used to seeing Adela have some sort of setup for her from her team, right? Historically we've seen like Nikki as the premier option, pure rage uppercut to Queen combo has always been like the thing, and then Nia came out and that kind of stopped happening. But yeah, it's very interesting to see Adela in a composition where they don't have setup, because now it's really just on the Adela to land that raw Queen or that raw Night Fork knock-up into Queen to really set things up for the team, and that's not an easy thing to do as a solo Adela here. But caught in the middle is Shubi Senpai. Gonna have to walk away as best he can. The Caniacs trying to defend him, but Berserkers are just forging onward. But here comes the third party from Glorp Nation, getting in the mix, setting their sights towards Berserkers here. Athena Kai getting low as well as Eclipse. So here comes the fourth party from Epsilon 11. Gonna come in. Nimrod's Gate can be used by Glorp Nation to try and get themselves out. and reestablish their positioning. We's gonna get chunked in the process. Epsilon 11 pushing forward. Holby, can you get off the Nimrods? No, he's gonna get taken out. Wokes, the last remaining member of Glorp Nation 2, our Wickline team, getting targeted down here in this battle between 4 teams.
That was just like a cluster of fun between like 3 teams. That was 4 teams actually. A fun, wild time. Very fortunate for the teams that are missing some teammates. As Lumi is all the way in factory, it can be a little bit difficult to make their way over there as we see a couple teams in the area kind of perusing it. But we're gonna see Wokes go to the air. See where he decides to land, probably somewhere deep in red to hopefully get the res off safely. We'll see if any of these teams are aware. They're gonna see the ping. So they do know that someone is there, yeah. And we'll see if they decide to make their way in. It looks like they will. And with the White Lily available, the Bola is going to land too. The revive does cut off, but I don't know if it'll be enough. Is Homie trying to get some damage down? Looks like they do get one on both sides, so it is a 1-for-1 exchange here as Wisp going to pull forward. The parry does come out from Nikki and Nissa. Able to dodge out on the Babylon's cube thanks to the flash cut. It looks like Wokes will go down. That was very close, as I think... Well, actually, I'm not sure. Trigger might not even be aware that there's just like a whole fight going on below them. But it will be Wisa barely escapes here thanks to the mobile VLS.
And another VLS coming through from Kaniacs as well. I think both teams are going to try and get towards this Lumi, so we'll see how things happen with them. It's over in Hotel, Counterspell in danger as Liper gets taken low. Starby already on the ground. Epsilon 11 winning out in this fight between the 2 of them. Look at Berserkers. They are gatekeeping, man. They know someone's looking for Lumi. Oh, they're going to find Weeds, and he's going to go down here. He has no way to escape the wrath of the Berserkers here. Magnetic Storm going to come out, but it's not going to be to any avail. Lockney going to send Lumi on her way here as Epsilon 11 will be able to pick up the gatekeep duties as teams are still aware that there is a 2-man team running around somewhere. Miyane once again, just gonna send Lumi. Oh no, they're the team that need the revive. What am I on about? They actually get it off. Wow, that is crazy. Epsilon 11 slow on the uptake here, but Starby getting tagged by Ghostlight. Might go down here. No, it should be able to stay alive due to the food. Miyane, though, still in trouble as the Cliffs scouts out. What's going on? Finds the wall stun. Miyane will get taken out here. So just as quickly as they got the revive, they lose it. Liper low on timer.
No.
2 seconds left. Gonna have to use safety drones. And if they're privy to how timer works, they can make it back in. Yes, they do manage to do the little timer abuse thing. So for people who don't know, timer ticks at the same tick that the game timer ticked at the top of the screen. Starby gonna get found here. Liper will be the one going down next as Keeper of the Sock and IFBTSD close the gap here. Adrenaline stack, so you have that extra move speed from it as well. So yeah, Epsilon 11 wiping the rest of the counterspell out. But yes, timer only ticks at the same time as the in-game clock at the top of the screen. So you can run into red right after the second ticks, or the second ticks, and you kind of get like an extra pseudo-second out of it in a sense. So yeah, it's something you can kind of use to get a little extra distance when you're looking to get into red for whatever reason.
Yes, you can do that indeed, but unfortunately, did not save. Poor counter.
What's going on with Caniacs? They're about to get third part. Oh man, this is the fight path of the century.
What is going on? As our third-party warriors of Epsilon 11 do come in, they do see Shuvi down. Gonna chase on here to see if they can pick up some kills. Kamzi picking up a kill into Nikki and Nissa here. Lilypetal, the last surviving member, with only 6 seconds left. Gonna hide out in the corner here, it looks like. Maybe get a third party of their own. We do have the final zone fight starting here. Keeper of the Sock trying to get some damage down, try to stack that adrenaline up. As we have Berserker's actually opting to leave the zone. Lilypetal only has 8 seconds left, so in just a moment he will fall, I'm assuming. And Shuvi is just waiting on the outskirts. 2 seconds left on him. He's gonna go down here as well, unfortunately, to the restricted area. No one even tagged him. As Lilypetal now just gonna pop the ulti to see if he can get something to happen here. It's gonna go down. The Insanity did land on the backline I saw on Lockney and I believe Eclipse, as Kamzi and Keeper of the Sock do take down Eclipse pretty easily here. As Athena Kai, last surviving member for the team, is gonna try to heal up in red a little bit, maybe try to see if she can get maybe 1 kill of her own, but I Do not think that'll be happening here unless something crazy happens. A nice interrupt on the taunt here, and with the Adela combo. Unfortunately, she does fall, so it'll be Trigger and Epsilon 11 as our two final teams.
You know, I never really thought about AR Aya in the context of this lobby. The last lobby, it didn't look so great, but some teams really switched up their style here into going more melee dive centric. And AR Aya is very, very good into that kind of style. You're able to poke out a lot of these characters, and if they try to go for any sort of hasty engage, blank cartridge is just such a good disengage tool to have against them in the style of a triple range comp, especially one where you have Lenore and Adela. You don't have the most crazy defensive options, so AR Aya, really good pickup for them to have that extra tool to provide peel, but Trigger has control of the Chronosphere thus far. ERCS might look for engage. Dylan finding a little flanky angle, gonna get in. Big flip on the Keeper of the Sock. ERCS really well done on the engage actor. Dangerously low. Guy PTSD able to finish it off, bring it down to a 2-on-2. Kamzy kiting back. ERCS getting low, but Dylan is so healthy and does so much damage. Just assassin into range characters. It's so good when allowed to be. And Dylan makes sure they pay for it and takes the win for Trigger. Once again, Trigger looking really good today so far.
I was going to mention that I really liked the ARI as well because of the Wings of Light. Like, ARI is one of the long-range carries that can use it pretty effectively since they have a lot of those defensive tools. But then, like, right as I was about to mention it, Aya unfortunately got, like, kind of flipped into the team, and I was like, oh. Like, maybe it's not a good time to mention that, like, my bad.
Yeah,
but
maybe I won't mention the Wings of Light. The electric shift might have been a little better in that situation.
Yeah, maybe. You know, it's okay. You might have actually been on E-Shift that lobby. I don't know. Either way, well played from Trigger. I like the triangulation thing they had going on. You had Dylan kind of hiding up by Research Center. None of them were really grouped, waiting for the team to make their way in. And yeah, like you said, Dylan just gets to clean up the fight because Abigail just really excels into these triple range comps.
Yeah, and you know, Dylan, he plays a lot of different characters. We've seen him play a lot of different styles of characters as well. But I really like his Abigail. He really just looks good on the character. Just solid overall. And yeah, he found the angle. That's such a weird angle to look for too, because you think of Forest is just like, oh, we're just running down a corridor. We've set up vision and kind of like angles to prevent our flanks, and all of a sudden he's in this top like pocket up by Research Center that you really just wouldn't expect. And by the time you see him, you've stepped forward too far. It's too late by that point. And yeah, we could check all of that out on the replay once again here and take a look, see how Trigger played this out. Yeah, you see Epsilon 11, they drone out on the left side here. They've got a couple wards down. So they know that they're not in a situation where they're going to get flanked. Yeah, you see Kamzy drop that ward on the bottom side there to really make sure they're not going to get flanked. That's the big worry. And they step forward, they see this ward, and they're like, oh, let me go take it out. And then Dylan's right behind the ward. He steps forward a little ward and take it, and just starts running at them. And yeah, ERCS does a good job finding the engage on the Keeper of the Sock. They know he's the priority problem. This consistent DPS is what needs to go down first against these triple range comps, not the mages. So once they break through and find that kill, I mean, Dylan's just able to go crazy from that point onward.
It's actually kind of funny. Like, if the ward wasn't in that corner, they probably wouldn't have even suspected that Dylan was in the corner. Because you saw when they walked up, they only saw the ward. It's like, that's suspicious.
Yeah.
So, like, like, what's that?
What's this ward doing here? Let me go clear this. I don't like them having vision. Oh God, there's an poor Keeper of the Sock got jump scared by that, and yeah, too little, too late for him. But still a really good showing from Epsilon 11 here. They still managed to rack up quite a lot of points in that lobby. So yeah, this scoreboard, once again, I mentioned it earlier. Oh, they're actually ready to go with the scores. Wow, look at that quick rapido today with them. But yeah, Trigger's going to widen their lead margin here with their 2 lobby back-to-back wins here. 44 points on the board for them. But Epsilon 11 sitting in second, going up from 6th place. So yeah, big jump up for them at 29.5 points. Glorp Nation in third with 28.5 points, maintaining their 3rd place position from the previous scores. Berserkers up a spot here in 4th place. That's sitting at 25.5 points. From there, we have Moonlit Black Cats at 23 points. Counterspell in 6th place with 21 points. In 7th place is Killer Koalas with 12 points. In 8th place, we have the Caniacs with 11.5 points. But everybody, you know the drill. Every 2 games, we take a quick little break. So we'll see you guys again in 5 minutes.
Knock, knock. Your personal hell has arrived. Chaos, destruction, and, what was it again? Only 2 choices here. Die or kill. You better watch your step. As you can see, we have a lot of eyes watching you. The real thrill comes right before pulling the trigger. Let's test your worth. Ready to pull the trigger? Whoa, calm down there, pal. You can't beat someone who's actually having fun. A life you didn't earn. Now we're taking it back. Nothing more beautiful than a muzzle flash. Knowing this time either, huh? Shame. Yeah, the next wielder should be that one right there.
Okay. Let's clean up before the customers arrive. Today's master is you! This should keep me out of trouble, right? Is there a drawing you'd like to see? Should I draw a squirrel for you? I'll fly anywhere immediately. Did you call me? I want to help you too. Welcome, Master. I'm used to this kind of thing. Oishikunare. Moi moi kyu. Is that your wish, Master? Kyu. No one is cutting in line, right? A limited edition Lenny Checky. You want it, don't you? Delicious! Your favorite maid, Lenny, has arrived. That's it for today's service. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Hello, welcome back. I hope you guys all had a wonderful break. I know we did on our side. We were chilling. We're
Yeah.
discussing.
Yeah, we're
stuff.
just hanging out, talking
Mhm.
about the games, talking about some stuff going on. But we'll be getting into our next match right away here. They're not going to waste any time as
Yeah, we got stuff to do.
Yeah,
Go, 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 go. No.
apparently, right? No bans once again. So yeah, I mean, everybody's just picking the comp that they're comfortable with right now. I mean, everything seems to be working for most of these teams across the board. It's just going to come down to who's playing the best on the day.
I don't see any player changes either. Looks like all the same people are still in here for rounds 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if the picks change at all, but like you've been saying, looks like nothing seems to be changing. Maybe a slight change up from the KDX. We do see Hayes being hovered, so that's going to come through on their side. A little bit of a change up here with the Celine possibly being locked in as well.
Yeah, perhaps switching over to something a little more front to back. Pretty traditional comp from them. I mean, should work out just fine. Looking at everybody else, though, yeah, same stuff across the board here. Trigger gonna go back to Exus on Mai over the Marcus, but yeah, everything's the same. Everybody's feeling pretty confident and comfortable with the comps that they've been playing, the comps that they've been practicing in scrims. All that. Wait, Lockney, Adriana, hold on, that's a big change.
That is a change up.
That is a massive change up. I did not expect that.
Yeah, we have the Soul Stealer on the Adriana as well, so some movement speed for the team here. So let's see how this fares for them. No more super healing for them, but maybe some extra damage and some annoying slows coming to their side. A huge change up, yeah, coming out for the team. I don't know the last time I've seen Lockney Adriana, but before we can even continue to talk about that, we do have Lumi. This kind of show us what's in store for today, and it's going to be trees yet again.
The little trees once again. Yeah, I actually kind of like the Adriana pickup in this composition because something that they haven't really had a good time against is the few triple range compositions that are in the lobby. They're having a hard time really finding ways to approach them. Adriana really helps alleviate that and honestly outranges everything in the lobby with Molotov, so can establish a bit of upfront damage while simultaneously getting a better engage opportunity with the oil slick slows. So yeah, I could see the angle here. I could see the vision of how Adriana would be a pretty good pickup here.
Division as we get into round 3 here, and as you do know, we still have the tweets available because there is one more break, so make sure you tweet out hashtag ERCS 2026 to let us know how you guys are feeling and get some of that event NP. And of course, we still have 3 more rounds after this, so we're in for the long haul. We're almost at the halfway point.
Yeah, I mean, we were starting to get those 4-game series. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm getting spoiled. This is so good. Back to Porridge and old close here on ERCS. Wokes gonna get taken out up an alley here. Maybe perhaps a joint operation between Kamzy and Starby, but this truce will last no longer as Keeper of the Sock is here. Make sure they can kill Starby, who's currently only level 5, so no avenue of escape for her. Eclipse now in the mix as the rest of... Whoa, what the? Lily Petal gonna be able to get the extendo Al attack all the way across. Take down Keeper of the Sock as Dylan gonna use the chickens to get himself out of a sticky situation here, as the rest of Berserkers are down on the bottom side of the map.
And more fighting going on here up in alley. We's probably gonna get taken down here, I'd imagine, and Woke's probably gonna follow suit here, so a couple more kills on the side of KDX. A lot of early fighting around the board for these teams as Tasco now being chased down. Molotov is gonna go down. No White Lily available for Tasco means that they will probably go down here. As there's a pickup for the side of Berserkers, they now also have some points on the board.
Top side of the map, still action-packed. Lorp Nation on the receiving end this time, though, is the Caniacs. Find a kill in the homie. Looking at Wokes now, who should have Nimrod's Gate available soon. Gonna save it for later, as he's gonna take this Speed Gate first, has a White Lily access as well. So he is more than safe here. Dylan, can't say the same for him, as Dark Dagon gets his 1 against Trigger. Donut Silverpaw looking for more here, as Minhayun also joining the fray. Able to take active fail on the backside exit. Not long for this world here, unless the White Lily's available, which it is not. So with that, and with Black Cats finding 2 kills for themselves.
And here in Dream, couple teams posturing a little bit. These bears are going to get taken here by Starby pretty quickly as they maybe spot out Kamzy. as well as the rest of the team. So Miyane gonna have to walk away and just keep making their way into pond. Queen is prepped on the side of IPTSD, but unfortunately not able to catch up. So Bear is gonna get picked up here by counter spells. A fight is breaking out, and Barge, Actor trying to chase Eclipse. Oh, maybe play a little bit of fire as Eclipse trying to see if they can get the turnaround here. Blanket to come through from Actor. Now Exis is here to stop maybe this happening, as Let's Have a Blast does come out. Athena Kai able to pick up the kill onto Actor. Saw Exis maybe trying to posture for the exclusive, but not able to use it to save their teammate. Is Lockney barely surviving, able to escape from Dylan. That's going to be 2 kills on the board for Berserkers, and are sitting at 1.5 points.
I have PTSD on the run. Gonna get zapped by the protocol violation, but won't equate to too much here. Angering the Bear here, trying and get what hunts he can on the way out. Not able to get the Bear though, as Nikki and Nissa able to pick that up with the rockets. What Lily used to escape the Caniacs. 30 more seconds until our objective spawn here. Lorp Nation on the chase, trying to finish off Liper, who's gonna use actually kind of some fancy feet from Liper. Woke's gonna blink forward. I don't know about that. Not because he's gonna catch the hands from Liper like that, but it's 15 seconds until objective spawn, and now we're blinkless, so we'll see where they decide to rotate to. Looks like they're heading towards Hotel, yeah, so they're going to be heading into an objective without their carry having blink. On the other side of the map, though, big fight happening. Lots of damage from Lockney on the oil slick over the wall. And due to that, Epsilon's forced to leave. Berserkers catching the meteorite down in Warehouse, and now the fights continue. Wokes finds the angle into Tasco on the backside, down to a 2-on-2 now. Dark Dagon looking, gets hit by the tombstone, pull onto Holmy here, does chunk him, and just to jump onto the backside. Woke's in trouble as Needlelight gets onto him. Clean sweep connects, saves it for after the Nimrods. Well done. That's going to be Glorp going down. Oh, and you know, like, this, it's a byproduct of Woke's blinking. But, you know, we don't need to talk about that. Oh, Castling knocking him over the wall. So poor IF PTSD can take taken down. But it looks like Midnight, I believe, picked up that kill. So, yeah, Moonlit Black Cat's going to get paid for all of Eclipse's work here.
Unfortunate indeed, as our first team is out, and I believe we even have a replay of what was going on. And I knew they were going to fight this too. I wasn't even thinking about saying it. And the Dimensional Strike getting negated here by the Quick Spin is pretty huge on the side of Dark Dagon, and they're able to clean this up. And yeah, nice hold on the clean sweep, like you had said, from Needlelight here. Able to take down Glorp Nation, who's currently sitting in 3rd place, as these teams are now starting to get their Force Core Collins online.
Yeah, teams across the board. You can see at the bottom, all of them having credits racked up. 350 is going to be where they want to get to make sure they have that Force Core spike online and ready to go well before objective spawn. And we can see Berserkers currently getting Collins off as well at the bottom there. Most teams already spending their credits. In fact, almost all of them, just Epsilon 11 and Berserkers left to buy out. So, yeah. Items coming down for every team now. And yeah, this is something I actually want to talk about here. This is the only objective on the map between day 1 objective and day 2 objective is that Lumi. You got like the mutant wolf packs, wolf respawn timers, but once those are gone, that Lumi timer is like perfectly lined up after. But Lockney gonna get chunked on the front end of things. Athena Kai forced to ult out, but it's not even gonna be enough. So much damage coming down. Silverpaw gonna blink forward to finish off Lockney there. And Eclipse on the run. And the Rift will be able to be taken by Moonlit Black Cats here. What the heck? Donut? okay.
Okay, buddy.
just wanted to drop some damage on the corpse, I guess. I don't know. Oh, are they there in time? Yes, they are. So we are going to see a Rift fight between Killer Koalas here and Moonlit Black Cats.
Yeah, I think Moonlit Black Cats really like taking these rifts as long as they can get control of the center. Min Hyun provides a lot of value here on the Barbara. I mean, we already see the turrets going down. It's always so funny watching him because most of the fights, he's just 3 turrets down, running in a circle, trying to survive. And, you know, his team is just doing the thing. So they're just going to keep posturing here. Clean sweep does land on a Donut, and this will start the fight as the free at last does come down. Tasco already at about half HP. As this is going to keep going. Minhai trying to get the play onto Tasco here. It's going to go down for repulsoring forward, but it's going to be a 1-for-1. Dark Dagon And Needlelight able to pick up the kill into Donut, as well as the acceptance speech comes down from Silverpaw, who's barely not able to pick up the kill into Needlelight. And with the play dead coming out, I believe this will be a win out for our Killer Koalas as the fight is still going on in Temple. Nikki and Nissa having to use the blink, but I have PTSD dodging with the blink of his own. Keeper of the Sock, last member, is going to have to just walk away, but Ali does look safe, so the team should be good.
Not only is it safe, it's loaded with hunts here, so Keeper of the Sock's going to be able to keep their tempo in relatively good state despite them just losing a fight. Having the backline DPS carry alive means that they'll have no issue being able to farm out this zone before they need to vacate it in 18 seconds here. And with that, where do you go? I mean, there's nothing else on the map nearby them, so perhaps they'll scout something out with the death scans. But Moonlit Black Cat Silverpaw in a lot of trouble on that split angle from the team. Starby not making it easy for Silverpaw to regroup, knowing they have a slight positional advantage here to press it, but the rest of the team actually going to back up, trying to take the meteorite, so they're going to give up that positioning in favor of trying to secure the objective. Looks like Liper will be able to pick it up, so with that, Counterspell's just going to disengage with their spoils of war here.
Yeah, I was going to mention, I really like the Gown being on the Cicella on the side of Counterspell. You can see as soon as the convergence is like starting, Darby was like prepped to walk forward and poly combo off of someone with the slow, and that kept happening to Silverpaw on the upper side, so they never really got a chance to move forward, and with that they're able to pick up the meteor and make their way through Factory, so working out pretty well for them so far. They get another tree. Yeah, another tree. Wow, they are foiled so far in the game as they start making their way up to Hospital.
But on the other side of the map, Berserker's looking for an engage.
Oh no!
Dash for the slow Eclipse. And Athena Kai holding forward as Lockney. You can use the Fire Escape to dash forward to take out Tazko on the backside. Staying grouped with the team, Dark Dagon will be the next target of focus. You know, I don't want to point it out, but I've seen Dark Dagon do this a couple times where he ease over a wall to get out, and I think he just like, he's like mashing the E and he just like pulls.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it a couple times. It just looks so awkward. I don't know. But Moonlit Black Cats
tree.
at the tree under everything. So, yeah, Berserkers, they get a couple points on the board. Moonlit Black Cats get an objective. Everybody wins, I guess. Outside of Killer Koalas, they do not win anything for that whole situation. But, yes, Omega spawning really soon here. Epsilon 11 currently trying to gatekeep it from the Caniacs. Shuvi needs the Blast Wave just to get some poke down, but they're in a bit of a sticky situation. They're getting pincered by Trigger, and they don't have vision behind them to see it. And I believe Epsilon 11 had CCTV, so they know what's going on here. Looking for the checkmate onto Exus. It connects. Dylan gets tagged on the backside here. Exus is going to go down as well. Epsilon 11 having full vision of what was going on there. Got to play everything perfectly. But, or do they? Keeper of the Sock perhaps fighting off a little more than he can shoot here. Getting punished by the likes of Trigger here. And now,
oh no.
Dark Dagon gonna scout out Kamzy. Epsilon 11 stuck as a two-man. I have PTSD. Gonna take the VLS as his teammate there is stuck trucking it on foot. Trigger coming back, full members alive this time around. The Omega gonna get taken soon here. It's 200 health. Gets reset, but Trigger loses Actor on a hasty engagement trying to contest the objective, and Killer Koalas turn right back around and secure the objective afterwards. I love that from them, by the way. The decisiveness to just know, hey, everybody off the objective. Let's deal with the enemy team that's approaching first, and then even if it resets, we can just get it after.
It's very well done here from the side of Killer Koalas. Another kill under their belt as they have a red box spawning here on top of Counterspell. Able to pick that up before they go into, the blue lab here. So let's see what it is. It is feet, which is good. So Miyane could definitely use that, or maybe even one of their other members here. So they're going to be sitting in a relatively good spot as they're able to take the blue lab here as well.
Like Pixie Boots were picked up by Miyane here, so that will offer a massive CDR spike as well as that enhanced heal cut. So very nice pickup for them. Yeah, the security box changes. I don't get to talk about this enough. It comes with Comes with some
Can't
random
even talk about
goodies
it.
that I never will get to talk about it enough because it's just not a thing that I get to talk about. Yes, it comes with a choice of one of those things that were just shown on the screen there. So you can get 30 credits, med kits, a random selection that will appear between EMP drones, recon drones, and telephoto cameras. And as the days progress, the security box gets more and more things you can choose from. I think it peaks out with the RNG consumables, so like Holy Water, Tear Celine, Zen Vitality, and that stuff start appearing later in the game.
See a team posturing here, starting to make their way into alley, knowing a team is ahead of them. Gonna start making their way in slowly but surely, waiting for ERCS here to catch up. Just gonna keep making their way forward. Not even gonna go for the CCTV, it looks like. Just gonna keep trucking on through, seeing if they can find the team that is up here. As Epsilon 11 does take the CCTV from Killer Koalas. Killer Koalas is aware that there's a team up here. As Dylan's gonna start this fight here. He's gonna get tagged by the E from Camzy. Gonna have to back out. A lot of damage has been taken already. The pull just barely missing on I have PTSD, and the ulti coming through here as well from our Lenore. Means that this team is just going to have to back out for now, wait for these cooldowns to come back up. As you see a VF Blood Calling coming over for the Caniacs. And probably some more, as I see all of them are at about 500 credits here. So this team is about to spike pretty hard as a fight is going down here in Chapel. Free at last coming down from one of our Cicellas here. Starby's just trying to poke some damage here. As both teams are just trying to wait for a Cicella pull to land, I imagine. Miane getting pulled here. A lot of damage coming down. Donut doesn't have free at last available anymore. As Midnight's timer is actually pretty low. The team's gotta make their way back in with the low timer.
Oh, they're scouting on a drone!
Oh no. Offie's aware.
And you see Oil Slicks is a horrible spot to be trapped against Adriana. And they realize it BLSing out immediately. Probably BLSing before they even knew who was there. They saw the drone and said, we're not playing this position. So they're going to go over towards school, which isn't much better here. Counterspell in the area, as well as Killer Koalas. Counterspell looking to posture here. Yane going to land some poke onto Silverpaw, as well as Sliper. Zarby going in, looking for the angle. Stasis on top of the poly. A lot of stuff dropped on top of Starby, but the change will get her out to safety as Dona is brought to the ground. Minhai will be soon to fall here as Starby closes the gap. Polymorph to cancel the channel. Down goes Minhai. Silverpaw will be the last member of Moonlit Black Cats to make it out. I think Trigger or Counter, somebody spotted them, I think. But we'll check the replay first. Yeah, look at the poke. My goodness, just gets slaughtered. Starby using the change to go over the wall to find the kill onto Dona, who gets taken out by the free at last. There's so much pressure that they can still apply without even being anywhere near Silverpaw. Forced to blink away. Minhai dropping a stun on the trigger. Did he?
Yeah, he exclusive actor.
Oh, oh man.
Coming out.
Minhai's in a whole heap of trouble here, though. He's going to get scouted up by this recon drone as well. So Epsilon 11 going to catch wind of it. Perhaps Epsilon 11 might be able to keep Minhai alive here as Trigger gets a little distracted, but Dylan able to close the gap, and yeah, that will be Minhai going down.
Unfortunate for the Moonlit Black Cats here. Silverpaw now a solo, and not very much credits to their name. Gonna have to hide out for a little bit as Lily Petal's scouting out a team here. Dylan gonna mark her here. Actually gonna start the fight onto Shuvi, and look all of his HP practically gone for the poke, as some people call it.
Yeah.
The Abigail poke that comes through.
Yes, Abigail's potent poking potential.
Yeah,
oh man, I get so irritated every time I hear him say that. Oh no, we're not gonna say names, but there's a certain someone who pokes with Abigail, quote unquote. Anyways, Killer Koala is gonna VLS into the area here. They're actually going in it. Where are the koalas going? Everybody's vacating the area here. Yeah, the koalas have been on quite the flight path adventure here. Counterspell gonna loop to the other side of the map. Actually, we like this when the chapel opening up, but Silverpaw getting taunted. Dylan gonna back out as the third party, swimming over them. Our Wick team, the Berserkers, are here, and they will take out the Moonlit Black Cats in our third round here. And man, Berserkers might be the scariest team to have Wickline on, because now all of a sudden this Adriana goes from like solid to literally like like the next coming of Jesus. It's quite the spike in damage for Adriana. She is very good with anything that has on-hit capabilities, and Wickline buff is exactly that.
Oh, and here we go. They do spot a team, and Shuvi's just going to knock them away. Seeing that they have Wickline buff, they don't really want to deal with this right now, but they're kind of backing themselves in a corner. Shuvi gonna get hit by the taunt here. Good damage though coming up from Nikki and Nissa, but will it be enough as the fight is gonna erupt here? The damage is actually pretty good on the side of the Caniacs, able to push back our Wickline team of the Berserkers. They're gonna have to mobile VLS on out of here.
They'll be able to get out nonetheless. It was a pretty forced engage from the Berserkers here, but with their backs against the wall in the red, they got no other option. They're going to land right on top of Trigger, and the AoE damage of Trigger here will find all of its value, and they will wipe them immediately on landing in Hotel. Trigger certainly happy to pick up those 3 kills. If the fighting doesn't end up in gas station, Lockney forced to use the fire escape defensively as well as the Soul Stealer Eclipse, though, looking for more, but Tazco pretty much unchecked on the backside. Needlelight, big bad skill, knocking everybody back. Lockney in a whole heap of trouble, gets taken out. Eclipse on the top side, gonna get shot down by Tazco. 3v1, Athena Kai running out of timer, running out of health, will go down in just 1 second here, and that will be Berserkers getting taken out by Killer Koalas in a deep red fight. Really well done by Needlelight, finding that angle on that bat skill.
Another fight is going to be breaking out here, as well as the free at last does come through.
Oh,
Camzy's timer is low, and he did recognize that Starby now going in, trying to get the kill on the Keeper. W barely not landing here. Now it's a 2-man Epsilon 11. Gonna have to hide out here, and Forest is a team right above them in Hotel. It's a little bit of a scary spot, as they're just gonna have to wait and see what happens here, as their timers are really low as well. So not really much room to move, especially with the CCTV right above them. So I have a feeling they're going to be making themselves pretty comfy here for a little bit. These 2 teams are now in Forest, leaving the Killer Koalas as the solo team up in Archery. Oh!
Actor getting cold. Forced out is the exclusive of Exis. In a Blitz connects with the Sicily ultimate, so with that, they're thoroughly chunked out and have to play defensively and rest back up. But now that we're in temp zones, there is no more CCTV, so Epsilon 11 could move forward a little more if they choose to. Perhaps they will, and if they do, they might run into Trigger here. They need to play patiently here. Trigger actually going to take a BLS out. They don't want to deal with Counterspell in this situation where they're forced to approach through the corridors of Forest. They're going to test their luck against Killer Koalas here first. So we'll see how they fare against them, which leaves Epsilon 11 alone with Counterspell. They won't be able to do much with that, so yeah, look at the approach here. They're stuck in a really tight corridor here. Dylan looking for a side angle, not able to find much. Exodus pushing forward, Catwalk gonna land onto Dark Dagon here as they chunk him down first. But with that, Dylan gonna be forced to have the exclusive used on him after the Dimensional Strike. Big investment from Trigger just to gain some ground. Yeah, and they're getting pushed back. Tasco's, really low on timer. 5 seconds left. Can they find the kill onto Dylan here? They desperately need it. Yes, the heavy hand of the law. Gonna restore some timer for the side of Killer Koalas and push this down to 2-on-3. The grab not gonna connect on the Actor. Actor on the backside trying to get to Tasco. They find Tasco, but leaving themselves exposed at the same time. But fortunately for Trigger, they did go down after Epsilon 11, so they did pick up 3rd place. They got a little bit more placement out of that, but it will be Counterspell versus Killer Koalas. Counterspell, look at Miyane, 2 Bloods online. They have lots and lots of itemization going for them in the triple ranged matchup against a much shorter range composition of Killer Koalas. This is where Counterspell really looks their best against compositions like this.
We'll see how it goes for them as they start making their way into the zone, starting to put some vision down to try to spot them out here. They're going to see them on the bottom side next to the healing plant. Viper trying to poke them a little bit with the ballistic advantage, just waiting to see what they can get done. Some damage on a Dark Dagon to start this off, and the damage is very high, as you can imagine, off of 1 Celepole, as you do have in a Blitz coming out for a little bit more damage. Darby just kind of playing reconnaissance for the team. Doesn't have to be very aggressive, just has to wait for them to kind of make their way in and maybe poly combo someone. So it's up to Miyane and Liper. Trying to get some of this poke damage out as the sphere does start to close in. And Killer Koalas does this pretty often if you've watched much of the series. They're not scared to wait out in red pretty often and wait for this to move. And yeah, it's going up, which does kind of suck for them. I was also going to mention that.
Yeah, counterspell quick on the rotation to find higher priority. Oh, Starby getting hooked! Stasis forced out after the clean sweep. Viper trying to kite it out. Starby gonna change over the wall, but nobody goes down. Oh my goodness! Free at last. Our Dark Dagon and Tazgo going down simultaneously to that. The counterspell just so explosive with their damage output.
Yeah, it's very well played from counterspell. I got a little scared when I saw the poke come through. I was like, oh my god! But they they played it very good. I mean, they have, you know, polymorph. They have a lot of damage coming up from the Sisela. And the totem definitely saving Starby there is very well played.
Yeah, Starby's very good about having change available coming out of stasis and making sure that she can get herself to safety really well. But yeah, stasis is such a nice tool for this composition because you just figure, oh, we'll just focus whoever we can get to. But if Starby's that target, stasis is going to buy so much time for Liper to just squeeze out so much damage on this Katya. Because you're just going to get a bunch of free auto attacks because all of the avenues of opportunity to close the gap have been used on Starby. All of the approach options have been wasted. So yeah, Liper gets free reign. Miyane on the backside as well. Really well done by Counterspell.
Yeah, good luck from Dark Dagon, but unfortunately just not able to pick up the kill, which you'll see on the replay here as it comes through. I'll take a look to see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, Counterspell really wants to emphasize zone control, and they do just that. They get to the Chronosphere first. They set up vision. They find where Killer Koalas are, and they establish poke. And man, they do a lot of damage from off your screen, pretty much. Dark Dagon got a little bit of a taste of that there. They establish health advantage. They set up vision in areas where they want to control, and they just control the Chronosphere. They take out that White Lily, making sure that's not an option for Killer Koalas to use to close the gap. They know it's much more danger to them than it is help. So yeah, they wait by the Chronosphere, and you know, yeah, you see Killer Koalas do this a lot against compositions like this, where they wait out in red, hope that the Chronosphere will kind of move more towards where they are. But fortunately for them, Counterspell just completely leaves the Chronosphere because they know that's what Killer Koalas are looking for. They set up vision early, and yeah, they do find a nice find on the Starby, but yeah, clean sweep used, grab used, all the tools that Isaac and Luke have to really try and do something just used at that point, and Miyane and Lifer get free reign of the fight from there.
Yeah, very well played from the both of them. The damage from Starby is also just like really good. I mean, like they're all like centered on top of her while they're doing while she's in totem, but then the change with the hat just, you know, provides even more damage. And CC on top of that. You saw it happen to Needlelight. So very well played from them. And I think we have the scores available here as well. So we'll take a look at those before we get into round 4 here with Trigger. Still sitting in first here with 57.5, but now we have Counterspell here sitting in second with 41, and Epsilon 11 and Berserkers not too far behind them, and even Killer Koalas and Glorp Nation 2 still in a very close place to them here as well as Moonlit Black Cats. Honestly, like second through 7th is very, very close. A little bit of a drop off to 8th with Caniacs, but I mean, with 3 games still being here, anything could change. You know, anyone could have that pop-off game and really push them up to the top of the leaderboard.
I mean, even with, like what you mentioned with Moonlit Black Cats, 30 points to 41, that's only 11-point difference with 3 games to go. Lots and lots of time for them to try and claw their way back up to second place. I mean, they're certainly capable of doing it. You look at the kill score, they have the most Phase 1 TKs out of any team here, and they're down in 7th place. So, yeah, it just goes to show you just how close-knit this bracket is for these top 2 spots here in our LCQ today.
Here we go. Into the next game, we'll see if maybe a Sisela band's going to come through. We see Kamzy hovering it.
It has to. Like, it gotta
this could be the next. This could be the first ban of the evening.
It's gotta go. It's the pick that's really facilitating all of these triple range comps to excel as hard as they are. But in that same vein, I mean, Trigger's having the most success on the day, and they aren't playing it at all. So perhaps teams may be looking to try and ban out Sissela to try and catch up to Counterspell here, as they're going to be the team to try and catch up to. Trigger has established quite a big lead from third place. You don't look at second to first, you actually want to look at from third to first place on the scores, and it's more than a 20-point gap. It's quite considerable, and Trigger is showing that they are playing quite well today, and having very clean, consistent games. Even the game like last lobby, they didn't win, right? They didn't pop off like they did in the first two lobbies, but they still racked up a pretty solid amount of points in the lobbies. So yeah, they'll want to try and catch up to Counterspell, and yeah, the Sissela ban is going to happen.
Gotcha.
We see a Kacha ban as well. Yeah, so Counterspell holding 2 bans coming into our 5th lobby. Going to be quite rough for them, as the other teams have shown they're a little more comfortable on the other picks. Moonlit Black Cats will also be affected by this, as they've been running this Sissela, Barbara, Jenny composition all day today.
It's interesting that all the teams that are affected by this are like in the middle of the pack. Trigger, who's sitting in the first place spot, is not affected by this whatsoever. Neither is Glurp Nation too. So we'll see how this affects the rest of the lobby going into the next game. But first, we have to see what Lumi has in store for this game here today. And it will be Force Cores coming through on round 4.
There he is, in all his photogenic glory, Mr. Superior. Holy.
Yeah.
And yes, we still do have our Twitter promotion here with hashtag ERCS 2026. Tweet it out. You could win 300 event NP. And, you could buy some new emotes. They did just release new Crafer emotes. So, with the new character release. So, yeah, exciting stuff for everybody to buy. We've had Loot Buddies every Game & Barge, and it's just, like, it's just not, like...
It's just not the same.
It just, ever since they made it, like, 10 items a box, it's just like, oh, man, like, everybody's getting everything they need. I haven't seen someone down bad in so long. It's just... it's horrible, man.
There's just no more whimsy, you know?
It just, it's not whimsical.
Yeah, the whimsy just isn't there.
Yeah, it is what it is, though. So, yeah, teams just looting right now, getting their builds ready to go. I'm sure we'll see action in the usual spots that we've been seeing it here. Weiss looking to try and beat up Kamzy. I think the Sis passive in the food is out healing the damage. But
we'll see, as Weiss is he's still playing with fire.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his weapon complete,
There's
but
multiple
he's
Sisselas.
oh my gosh.
I don't think
Oh,
Miane caught wind of what's going on. And that's not gonna get Gibbs over the wall, but the pole will. Keeper of the Sock, my goodness, getting some aggression here. Likely has lots of itemization online, as Weiss is just getting beat up. B Gates, will it be enough? No, it will not, but Homie able to find the response kill on the top side as I have PTSD. Poking around here, as well as Starby and Miane. Homie can get Polymorph, dodges out on the Doves. Miane has Girl in the Bubble still available, but Dimensional Strike used. It's not going to be enough.
Barely missing out on it, as the Wolves are finally being taken here. But these teams now going to separate. A lot of craziness happening in Temple, as Berserkers lost out on 2 members while all that was happening. Oh, Berserkers changed it up a little bit as well. I do see Henry coming through on their side, from the side of Lockme. So another slight change up here in the lobby. We see a couple players in the gas station zone. Shuvi and Lilypetal just kind of waiting out in the bush to see if anything is going to happen. Actually going to run into Glurp Nation 2 here, as this fight has started. One Magnetic Storm coming out. Shuvi still pretty healthy, trying to get some damage out as Lilypetal is down. With the third party here, it will be the Nimrod's Gate to get Glurp Nation 2 on out safely, unless they actually want to turn this around. Athena Kai's trying to push forward here. Holme getting some good damage onto her as El Atake comes forward. Let's have a blast coming down from Athena Kai defensively. But the fight still kind of breaking out here. Wiss is going to start to try to push forward here. Holme dodging out on the wall stun here. Is a Dimensional Strike available? Looks like the taunt will not let it come out, as Athena Kai should be able to pick up this kill onto Weiss, I'd imagine, here in just a moment. Unless he's not going to trick us out on that one. And it will be a couple more kills going over to Berserkers.
Yeah, very slow pace, scrappy fight. You know, Glorp Nation not having that explosive damage online yet to really focus down any particular target. But yeah, Keeper the Sock just farming up the temple hunts here as teams are just really probably running out of hunts to really do by this stage. Trying to perhaps rotate towards objectives, get themselves grouped back up if they were split farming. You can see that Killer Koalas is getting a little bit of split farm off themselves. But yeah, just waiting for objectives to spawn for now. Perhaps Keeper the Sock will try and get his team up to Temple here as he's had control of it for quite a while. Camzy will not be so fortunate to make that happen as Keniacs find him. Meanwhile, down in Uptown, Wee's going to get taken down. Dimensional Strike comes through. Dylan taking a bunch of damage here, but it's not going to be enough as it is still a 2v3. Trigger more than happy to try and push this fight to the maximum. Woke's in trouble here. Might go down momentarily as Actor on the flank. And that will be Glorp Nation put on a break right before objective rotation trigger. We'll be able to get this meteorite and Uptown as a result as well.
That is a very unfortunate time to go down. But look at the map. At least they have Archery Range or Factory possibly to farm out when they come back up. We'll find out here in a moment as we glance at the map. Everyone's pretty spread out. Temple Tree's still up, though, as you see two teams kind of sprinting around for it. Glorp Nation 2 fully grouped up going for it, though, as Lily Petal is going to find Starby here, but with the change going through, the point will not go through. Did the Temple Tree get taken? I believe it did here. Yeah, it's going to go over to Holme.
Wow.
So it will be a tree over to them.
That's crazy. Get put on a break 3 seconds before day change into get the Temple Tree. Not the normal on how that usually goes down, but Glorp Nation full glad for it. Able to catch some wolf rotations as well. Setting their sights towards the ones over in Pond, but they're going to get taken by Epsilon 11 there, I believe. They were able to secure those. Liper doing a little bit of investigation, but nothing too crazy as they found the Caniacs over in Hospital. Yeah, teams really split out. Really slow-paced game this time around. Everybody just getting where they feel comfortable to in their game state before committing to anything.
Yeah, about a minute left here as these teams are starting to get some last minute call-ins through as one of our Sacellas does go down. Camzy unfortunately down. Fight is breaking out. Here's Starby trying to make something happen. It looks like Miyane trying to get a kill into Actor, but will probably fall here, I'd imagine. Starby with the change to dodge out on the Dimensional Strike, but with the rest of Trigger here, it'll be 2 members of Counterspell down. As we do have a team taking over Lumi here before our objectives spawn, and we do see Moonlit Black Hats waiting here as Lumi's path is making its way toward them. We'll see if anything happens. A grenade comes out and the accepted Peach Carpet combo goes through, but with the bluff and well, let's have a blast. Athena, Kai, and Eclipse barely make it on out of there. 2 of probably the only characters in the lobby that can make sure they don't get hit by that. So very lucky for them that they make it out of that alive.
But Dona now caught out by Trigger. Barrel of Bubble forced out. They set their sights towards Silverpaw. Just going to get forced into play dead. Trigger dropping Vision to make sure they can secure that kill, get Despair, and get into the Rift. Wokes, Holme looking to get the Rift as well. They managed to find their way in with Weiss already there, getting Collins off. And will they be met by Trigger here? No, actually. They have Caniacs on the other side, which begs the question on who Trigger will be against in the other Rift. But for now, we'll see how Glorp Nation fares against the Caniacs. Oh, no, we'll look over here. So it's Killer Koalas on the other side. Interesting stuff. Nimrod's Gate coming down. Wokes just trying to peel off that shield, but not going to be able to. Rockets from Nikki and Nissa. One connects onto Wokes. Nimrod's Gate comes out. Weist, Holme taking it. Shuvi in a whole heap of trouble here as Wokes and Holme finish them off. Nikki and Nissa getting chased down by Weist on the backside. The Magnetic Storm going to be able to take her out, and with that, Caniacs will lose to Glorp Nation.
That was a crazy turn of events. It was like, I mean, to see both the Alonsos posturing, but fortunately, one of the Alonsos has a cheat code called Nimrod's Gate to make his way into the back line and take them out. As we come back to the island here, Barge is going to have a meteorite spawning soon, and maybe Trigger will start making their way down there and are going to be met by the Killer Koalas. as we see the plant get hit. So they're going to be aware of what team is making their way forward here. Tasco trying to get a little bit of poke onto Exis here, but you got to be careful because I believe Exis does have Plasma Dash available. As the grab does not land from Dark Dagon, Exis just going to keep making his way to Tasco, able to make his way on top of him here. The damage is good coming from him as well, as the chase is on. Dark Dagon already on the ground. Another taunt will come through, which means that's going to be 2 kills coming over to the side of Trigger.
And only 5 more seconds until this objective spawns. Glurp Nation sitting on the white lily, being weird. Nobody's near them. But, you know, can't find opportunities if you don't go looking for them. Meanwhile, down at the forestry, I believe Berserkers were able to pick that up with relative ease. Yes, Mark of the Phoenix online for Eclipse, so Smolder access, which is real nice for when they have to deal with tankier targets. Looks like they're going to be running into some of those as Killer Koalas are down in Warehouse, just getting themselves back on their feet. They just got the revive off on Tasco here. So with that, they're going to find Berserkers around the wall. Immediately, Dark Dagon gets wall stun. Tasco on the backside, though, still untouched, trying to squeeze out as much damage as he can as Dark Dagon trying his best to survive, but it's not going to be able to get over the wall. Eclipse going to solo him out. Needlelight going to have to run and leave Tasco for dead here as the Berserkers have won out.
Yeah, his off limits didn't go over the wall, so unfortunately he just got double wall stunned as a fight is breaking out in stream as well. Nikki and Nissa on the run from Homie and Wokes, but as an Arda that's chasing, it's going to be really difficult to get out as the blink does come through to dodge out on the cube. Trying to still run away as Wokes is actually going to blink aggressively over the wall. With both those down, Nimrod's Gate is going to be able to catch up to Nikki and Nissa, and there will be a kill going down. Exis now seeing what's going on. Gonna Plasma Dash forward to hit the taunt onto Homie here. Some good damage, right at about half HP as Actor trying to clean up the kill here as a Dimensional Strike comes through. Wokes on the run. Unfortunate for him, his teammate is down here. Yeah, looks like Weiss is all the way up at police station. So they're both fine for now. Able to get the revive here as it's day 3.
Folks gonna maybe they'll use the Rift in Cemetery. I see him trying to get to that jump pad and pawn, so perhaps an opportunity for Glorp Nation to get the revive. Tina Kai ulting forward onto Keeper of the Sock, but not able to continue closing the gap. Keeper of the Sock getting good amount of damage on the side angle. Queen combo connects for my PTSD, and the rest of the Berserkers will be forced out after that very confident blink forward Queen from IFPTSD. Looking for more, they're gonna find Moonlit Black Hats, get themselves regrouped around this objective, regain their posture, try to secure this. IFPTSD, Queen prepared, goes wide, Keeper the Sock, gets the box open, but at the cost of his own life. With Black Cats dropping all the burst onto the target who opened the box there and secure the objective for themselves.
Maniacs looks to have gone down. I think Lily Petal maybe was trying to take the Rift. Unfortunately got eliminated as Tasco is going to find a team up here. Gonna have to play a little bit safe as they do see Kamzy here, not knowing though that this team only has 2 people. They're just gonna let them walk right by them as they get the res in Hotel. Now they're gonna start making their way up into Forest, where we do see the Berserkers here. Athena Kai is gonna spot out Needlelight here. Ton is gonna come through, gonna hit the bat spill into the walls. Dark Dagon's also gonna get the pull into Lockney. The fight is breaking out here. Chronofield is gonna go out, gonna hit the stun on to Needlelight as Tasco able to push out a decent amount of damage, but Dark Dagon too far from his team. Trying to survive as long as he can for them to catch up, but it's going to be a little bit difficult here as he will go down. And there will be a kill going over to Berserkers here, where unfortunately Killer Koalas are going to have to spend another 200 to revive their teammate.
And they're not out of the woods yet. Berserker's still on the chase. Eclipse looking for more. Needlight needs dirty work to get himself over the wall there off of that pre-existing ward. But the chase is still on. Yeah, they're going to scout out the kiosk and make sure they don't get the revives there. Make sure they're pushed as far as possible. Tasco, I think, caught that on vision, so they're not going to walk that way. I believe they saw Weiss. So they're just going to hang out for the time being, play things nice and slow. But down in Factory, things are not slow. As Trigger finds a kill in the mid-high. Actor finishing off Donut on the backside as well. Silverpaw forced to get out of here.
Very unfortunate. They don't have a lot of credits on their side either. So it's going to be a little bit before they can fully revive their team as Exis is able to pick up this box here for the team. and also take up the farm and factory and barge. So Trigger sitting in a pretty good spot, sitting at the highest point total so far in the lobby. And they do see a prominence going over to the side of Glurp Nation.
Counterspell all alone on the top side of the map. They've had a pretty quiet game thus far, which is exactly what you want if you are Counterspell. You don't want to do anything too ambitious when you're at the top of the leaderboard. Just need some consistency, but a fight breaking out here. Oh my goodness, I have PTSD dropping Dagon and almost Tasco as well. Tasco's going to go down soon here. Quick turn with an auto attack will do it from Keeper the Sock. Meanwhile, on the other side, Kamzy on the run. Sisela doesn't have the best mobility, managing to peel off Needlelight, and that's going to be Killer Koalas getting wiped out.
Oh my gosh, what is happening up here? The Chrono Field went down. It looks like a lot of value for Lockney on the Henry as two members of Glurp Nation go down. Wokes on the run, able to escape thanks to the Nimrod's Gate. That was a lot of crazy AoE just piled on top of each other there. But Wokes able to escape, has enough to at least res one member, it looks like so far. As you have the Moonlit Black Cats fully revived, posturing here in Forest. Waiting for the Wickeline to spawn here. We also have a team in red, probably going to take the jump pad, I'd imagine, here in just a moment. No, actually, they're going to fly out as Wokes...
Oh no!
No, it looks like it got stolen from him, so he's not going to take that, as it's actually Trigger that I believe took that.
Yeah, it was Exus there, managing to squeeze that through for Trigger. So they're going to be able to take this rift and win out on it. Nobody here with them. Free force core for them. They'll be all well and glad for that, as they've racked up a pretty considerable amount of points for themselves this lobby. They don't need to do anything too fancy here. Risk Wickline contention, as we can see. Lots of teams in the area. Berserkers perhaps going to look to hit this here. Yeah, I like this from Berserkers, as the other two teams are stuck fighting each other right now, actually. Minai going to get dropped by the checkmate on the tail end of that, bring this down to a 2-on-2. Keeper the Sock, though, dangerously low, will go down to pretty much anything from Dona here. If Dona can land a pull, it goes a little wide. Play dead, procced. Keeper looking to get the revive off. I believe Dona doing the same as Silverpaw forced to run around through red. Both teams going to be able to reset, but Berserkers picking up the Wickline during all of this, and I think they're aware that people are in Forest. They just don't know exactly what's going on. I believe they saw Minhai here. Going to be forced back into red to wrap around to regroup with his team. Meanwhile, over in stream after, oh no, it happens to everybody. There's, like, this happens, I don't know how we always catch it.
Yeah.
It always happens to somebody. Oh no, poor actor. Glinks right into the wall instead of over it. Oh, you hate to see it.
Fortunate indeed, as Dylan looking to start this fight as a polymorph does go out. The exclusive comes out as well, but the Dimensional Strike picks up the kill into Starby, I believe, before the totem even had a chance to come out. Now Miyane on the run as the last surviving member of Counterspell. Looks like they're going to stop the chase as a mobile VLS does come forward. It is day 5, so will be a Lumi res that they have to look for here. The Lumi being all the way in Warehouse, I believe I saw. No, actually, no. Coming up to Police Station, so maybe lucking out a little bit. No one up there. So Counterspell should be back with us momentarily.
But posturing for now. I have PTSD, foresees the castling defensively here. Chicken's gonna get picked up by Moonlit Black Cats here.
Oh.
Queen, a good angle to look for, but not gonna connect. Setting up more pawns. Dona, oh wow, both sisters gonna pull each other, but Dona gonna get taken out on the backside by IFPTSD. But here comes Berserkers on a third-party angle, and they're gonna find it all and well on Epsilon 11 here, who's forced to play the back foot on all this. Lockney in a bit of trouble from Silverpaw and Minai, but the time jump will be able to keep her safe. VLSing out is Epsilon 11 here, looking to get across the map. As more fighting continues, Trigger looking to try and take out Counterspell here on the backside. They find 2, it's just Starby alive. Starby gonna be forced to get out. Change over the wall will be able to keep her safe as Trigger gets Dylan back on his feet. And yeah, they're gonna clean up these corpses, get the credits. I mean, they already look quite strong in this lobby. 17.5 points on the board for them as well, just running away with it.
Now looks like we have Epsilon 11 able to fully come back here. So full team yet again with still about 470 credits on their Aya, but a fight is going to start yet again as Keeper the Sock looking to just escape, or unfortunately Kamzy does go down. PTSD getting some decent damage onto Wokes, but the Nimrod's Gate, gotta be careful. They're trying to escape as Silverpaw does get found out here, so Moonlit Black Cats will be the next team to be eliminated here. They're gonna go down to Berserkers as PTSD on the run still, trying to regroup with their Aya, who has been found out here by Trigger. We even have Starby up near Temple. Looking like a very scary and dangerous stream, as there's a lot of teams just around this area. Even in Pond, we also have Glorp Nation too. Where Factory and Hospital seem to be pretty safe. We'll see if these teams can regroup here.
A new area has been restricted.
And yeah, it could be a bit of time before anything happens. I mean, we have two teams that are, fractured. So they're just going to be hiding around. And there's at least a zone for each full team. As Starby's going to be spotted here thanks to that plant. The Trigger is aware. Starby's just going to try to escape into red. We'll see if we pop down the mobile VLS. Looks like we will. The team doesn't actually want to force this, so Starby should be able to get on out of there and hopefully land somewhere safe. We'll see if she starts making her way towards Hospital. Is able to get far enough away from Glorp Nation 2, but unfortunately we're in a little bit of a weird spot because look on the other side. We do have Epsilon 11 waiting here. So we're going to have to fight this out, change over the wall. Do we have enough for a, No, we don't. A safety drone. So unfortunately, Starby will go down. There's a point over to Epsilon 11. As unfortunately, they're going to be found out by Trigger here. Keeper of the Sock on the run. Just I have to leave. I have PTSD. But yet again, another team just waiting over the wall. It's a little unfortunate that another team will be falling here.
Yeah, the rats getting cleaned up real quick here on the island. But yeah, we're down to our final three. Berserker's Wickline buff has expired now.
The temporary
So we'll see where Glorp Nation decides to go. Looks like they're going to head down towards Factory. Berserkers will scout them out on vision. Athena Kai landing a ton to Wokes into a basket on the wall. Wokes in a whole heap of danger. Forced to Nimrod's Gate defensively here as the team is left fighting it out on their own. Homie going to go down as the next target of focus. Wokes on the backside trying to chime in as best he can, but he just doesn't have the damage to puncture through these beefy front line of Athena Kai and Eclipse. So Berserkers will be able to win that out with relative ease, but against Trigger, they will not be as fortunate in the damage department because look at Trigger's items. Actor, 2 bloods. Dylan, 2 bloods as well on the board. Actually opting for Taproot, so he's going to have a pretty good defensive value to be able to sustain through some of the lower damage outputs that Berserkers has. Berserkers definitely wants a more extended fight. But if they can find Lockney on the backside, look at this. Looking at immediate engagement, Dylan trying to do what he can. It's a real messy fight, but Actor's going to go down first here. Eclipse able to find that kill. That's the big one to find against Trigger here as the main damage source has been taken out. Dylan trying to find a response kill. But with Pay the Price, Athena Kai will be able to shield up and keep herself safe. Exits trying to force the revive, but the corpse is going to get killed before it becomes a factor. But Athena Kai going down, bring it down to a 2-on-2. Exits now down as well. Dylan needs to find a way onto Locke. He does find it. Will you be able to do something here? White Lily going to be followed. Lockney's going to go down here and bring this down to... Oh, time warp over the wall. Lockney, she's actually still alive for the time being, but not for long. No, yes, barely finding the kill before another time warp comes through, but Eclipse finding the wall stun. And this is a pretty favorable matchup for Hyunwoo, I would say. Dylan would be hard-pressed to win this. As you can see, the stat is checked with Hyunwoo.
Ah, that was, wow. I feel bad for Actor. I feel so bad for that guy.
He got a little ran down. There wasn't much you could do about it either.
Yeah, the sights were definitely set onto poor Actor. They just, oh my god, Eclipse had 15 of the 20 kills. That is crazy. But, you know, a well-thought effort from Trigger. I mean, they still picked up 2 kills from that. So that is still pretty good for them, especially since they're already sitting in first. You know, just helping secure their spot even a little bit more. But, of course, well played from Berserkers. They definitely needed that game to be able to get some more points on the board. They're sitting in the middle of the pack. So any more of these games are definitely good for them as it starts to push their way up the scoreboard. we're gonna have to see what happened in that fight. It was definitely just like a I feel like I blinked and like a lot happened, but they were still in the same spot. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, it was definitely a messy fight, and it started out very abruptly. Like all of a sudden, it was like, oh, we're fighting, and it's just like, oh, okay. Athena Kai gets chunked on the front side, but yeah, Eclipse gets an angle on the Actor. I think Actor messed up his mobility somewhere. I think he dashed towards Lockney, so like inwards, and then was forced to dash back, and Eclipse was just kind of like in the middle of it, like, oh, okay. It was a wail on you the whole time. So fortunately for Actor, gets taken out rather quickly, and that's very detrimental to Trigger against specifically Berserkers, because Actor is the tool to deal with this Hyunwoo. Without him, Eclipse is basically immortal.
Yeah, it's very hard for him to be able to do anything here. And Lockney gets a little bit of healing from the corpse body there. But as you've seen, it's not enough. Dylan's still able to pick up the kill. Does take a little bit more time, which gives Eclipse a little bit more time to heal up practically to full here, as you can see. And yeah, like from here, like you said, it's fortunate for Dylan that this is what he has to be up against at the end, because I don't think there's any way he's killing this. Eclipse can kind of just like click on him and like let the key, like just let it kind of do its own thing, you know?
Yeah, he's just gonna run him down at that point. It does not matter what itemization Dylan has at this stage of the game or any of that. I mean, that's Viking Helmet Hyunwoo. You are not going to kill that as an Abigail, no matter what, in a 1v1.
Little unfortunate, but it is okay. 2 kills still in the final zone, and a lot of kills throughout the game. I mean, Trigger, I think they got over like 20 points that game, so they're still gonna be sitting in a good spot, which you'll be able to see on the scoreboard, I'd imagine here. I think that's available. Yeah, okay. I'm not going crazy. As yeah, Trigger still sitting in first here with 83 points, and Berserkers after that game are gonna be sitting in second with 62.5. A pretty decent lead over Epsilon 11, but there's still 2 more games, so you know, don't get all crazy about it yet, as Epsilon 11's gonna be sitting in third here. Counterspell right below them in fourth. Glorp Nation 2 in fifth, with Moonlit Black Cats following them here in sixth. And we also have Killer Koalas and Caniacs rounding out the bottom. But like I said, 2 more games to go, which means we're gonna go on to that 5-minute break quick here, and we'll see you guys here shortly.
Knock, knock. Your personal hell has arrived. Chaos, destruction, and what was it again? Only 2 choices here: die or kill. You better watch your step. As you can see, we have a lot of eyes watching you. The real thrill comes right before pulling the trigger. Let's test your worth. Ready to pull the trigger? Whoa, calm down there, pal. You can't beat someone who's actually having fun. A life you didn't earn. Now we're taking it back. Nothing more beautiful than a muzzle flash. Knowing this time either, huh? Shame. Yeah, the next wielder should be that one right there.
Okay. Let's clean up before the customers arrive. Today's master is you! This should keep me out of trouble, right? Is there a drawing you'd like to see? Should I draw a squirrel for you? I'll fly anywhere immediately. Did you call me? I want to help you too. Welcome, Master. I'm used to this kind of thing. Is that your wish, Master? No one is cutting in line, right? A limited edition Lenny Checky. You want it, don't you? Mmm, delicious! Your favorite maid, Lenny, has arrived. That's it for today's service. Thanks for coming, everyone.
햇살이 좋은 날엔 refresh 늘 새롭게 살랑이나 feel 리본은 더 달까 표정은 더 가볍겠어요 겉보기엔 naughty troublemaker 축구처럼 또 달콤하게 너에게 다가가면 너도 손 잡아줄래 하루의 첫 만남에 나의 미래고 손끝에 설렘으로 가득한 It's sweet and salty, sweet and salty, chicky, sweet and salty 미안하니까 솜사탕처럼 또 두근거려 당장 고민할 필요 없이 빠지게 될 거야 소중한 이 순간에 마법이 깃든 주문을 걸어 Ready, ready, go! It's sweet and salty, sweet and salty, chicky, sweet and salty 미안하니까 너에게는 너의
And welcome back. I hope you guys all had a wonderful break. I know I did. What about you, Beak?
Yeah,
can't even be serious.
That was not very convincing, Lucy. You
No.
may have had a interesting break, but I certainly had a good break. I was just hanging out here. You went and did something and came back with some interesting news. But yes, we'll be getting into our games here. Katya and Sisela now banned. This is going to shake up the lobby pretty considerably, especially for Counterspell. He's going to have to change up their comp quite a bit. Looks like Miyani's going to be going over to Chloe, while Starby's going to stick with the Emma. Oh my god, it's Christmas Luby with the Mithril on board. What
Oh my god.
we don't know what's on sale yet, by the way. We're not...
You think it's Mithril? I'm gonna be even happier. I was
That
just
would be
saying it was
really
like a
funny if it
guest
was.
appearance just to make me happy because I just like
Oh,
long
man.
story short, I was like sitting here and I was like, oh my god, there's a lot of commotion at my house. And my mom was trying to call me. It's really weird. And I hear this mysterious barking and I'm like, is there another dog? So yeah, that was my news on the break. My mom decided to get another dog. And yeah, it's been a crazy break of 5 minutes. So
Four
yeah, we're
dogs.
here.
4 dogs and 2 cats in the house. It's fully loaded over there, huh?
Yeah, it is. But you know what? It's always a surprise. It's never a quiet moment over here. So I'm surprised at how quiet my room is when I'm casting. I'm always like paranoid that you're gonna hear stuff going on because like
I never
I
hear
can't
the dog.
control it. Yeah,
I've
so
never like I think I've heard the
You never
dogs
know.
out of your mic like once, and it wasn't when we were casting either. It was
Yeah.
just like some, I don't know, just some random time. But looks like with our current bans, the Theodore Alonzos will be coming out to play here, or the Theodores in general, rather, as Actor is going to be on Marcus this time around, but they're going to have a Theodore in the back, as well as Glorp Nation 2. They're going to be playing some Theodore Alonso and putting Homie on his trademark Shulin.
Lumi coming back here. What do we have in store?
No
Oh my
way,
God,
is it
does it
really?
actually?
Oh my god!
My life is complete. Like I'm not even upset about there being another dog anymore. It's crazy.
It was supposed to be Christmas in July, and it's just Christmas, like every time it's Mithril now, I guess, because it's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, because it's like
that
raining
too.
mithrils. It's like mithrils are like white-ish in theory.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, hallelujah. And for people, I do love dogs, by the way. I just want to make that clear. It's just that I'm allergic to them. So, like, it makes my life kind of hard, but that is okay. That's what medication is for. As we get into round 5 of ERCS, as you all know, it is last chance qualifiers, which means that only 2 teams are making it through. So our top 2 teams will be the ones going into the finals tomorrow. And as you can see, Trigger is in a pretty comfy spot, but you never know what could happen in the final 2 games here. So we'll see who makes it through after these final 2.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a 33 point over Epsilon 11, who's currently sitting in 3rd place from 1st. So yeah, quite a nice buffer for Trigger. They've been playing very well throughout the entire day. They just need 2 games where they don't go like 8th place 0 points. And I think they'll be in pretty good shape. Even if this game goes well and they get out even like just 10 points this game, I think they'll be in pretty good shape to do whatever they want for round 6. But I've seen it happen so many times, you know, where teams are in 1st place, things are looking good, and all of a sudden, the second last round happens, they bust her out, and the last game is an absolute nail-biter. It just seems to always happen, so we'll see if Trigger can avoid that high-pressure situation, keep themselves comfortable, as up in alley, Kamzy on the run, keeper of the sock over the wall, trying to do what he can, but gonna have to use the quick turn to get himself established with distance again. Athena Kai gonna plasma dash forward as the root comes through from Lockney, able to lock down Keeper of the Sock and take him down. Meanwhile, down the barge, Caniac's on the run from Glorp Nation. Homie trying to close the gap here, but not able to get near anybody. Shubi turning damage over the wall. With that, Homie is gonna find the kill. Woke's gonna go 1 for 1, down to just Lily Petal and Homie now. But with the health disadvantage, Lily Petal is more than confident enough to monkey wire in. One more auto attack will do it. Too fast to hit, should be coming up soon here, but not soon enough as Lily Petal finishes the feed of Glorp Nation.
Oh, a nice double pull there coming up from Dark Dagon to start this off here. Both the Chrono Field coming through. Needlelight will go down. Dark Dagon following suit. Almost able to pick up one, but not coming through. Did I see Dimby out on the field? Dimby is back, and no surprise, it's Katja's band. That is a good person to bring out here as ERCS and Shuvi go down, it looks like here. Couple kills going down for the Caniacs as a lot of stragglers are running around through the barge area. And with 1 second left, we're going to make our way into night 1 and start farming the bears. It looks like Trigger should be back here in just a moment.
Dimby Leon Prodigy coming out in the final hour for the Killer Koalas. It's do or die for them right now. They need 2 big pop-off games to have any hope of making it out. And what better tool to pop off with than Duck Dive? But Miyane getting ran down by Eclipse. Athena Kai going to be able to tag them with the Plasma Dash, but the White Lily will be able to establish distance, keep Miyane safe. Counterspell, I mean, they're also got their work cut out for them if they want to try and make it into this top 2. Nikki and Homie going 1 for 1 as Wokes and Shuvi dueling it out here. Wokes is going to go down, but Weeks will be able to clutch it up for his team. And with that, Minhai going to use the Pure Rage Uppercut on top of a Carpet Combo from Silver Spa, so lots of lockdown used in order to take down Keeper of the Sock here.
Yeah, I just noticed we do have the Nikki Nia combo coming out from the Moonlit Black Cats here with the Cicella band on the table. Dark Dagon pushing forward, just barely missing out on the pull onto Dona here. So you should be able to walk away from this one pretty easily. But it looks like he wants to get some damage down, play this food a little bit. As Silver Paws coming in for the support. Same thing with Minhayun. As Dimby going over the wall, trying to start this here early. As we have the game world coming down, but a nice acceptance speech here to kind of break up this fight means that I believe they're going to put this team here on a break.
Yeah, that was a quick break found. Ambitious by Dimby, thinking that Dona was a solo, but the reinforcements are right around the corner. Wokes gonna get rooted and taken down here. Nikki and Nissa finding that kill. I mean, these 2 teams have just been fighting back and forth down here for like multiple day phases now. So pretty interesting stuff between the Caniacs and Glorp Nation. Meanwhile, up in Temple, Berserkers seem to be securing the tree there. Trigger getting the hotel tree for themselves as well. So yeah, objectives going off the map relatively quickly and surprisingly relatively uncontested.
They did indeed, as Glorp Nation 2 now taking over the barge. As we take a look at this play yet again, I like this look from Dimby, but unfortunately, the like blink wave didn't go over to the wall, and then of course right when the acceptance speech goes down, all the melees are on top of it, and it's just so unfortunate. But I like the look from him. I like the whimsy, because it could have definitely played out in a way different manner.
Yeah, for sure. And they need as many points as they can get for the kill with Quella, so they gotta get aggressive. You won't find any opportunities if you don't try to create them yourselves. So for them, they gotta try and rack up points. Game World coming down over in Forest here, as Starby's gonna use Stasis on top of it. Point Sync timed up with it to burst her down real quick. Minhai and Silverpaw quite chunked out from Lifer and Miyane on the other side. Dona stepping forward. Point Sync gonna go wide. The arcade drops will be enough.
Oh, Lifer, last member on the run here. Minhai wanting to chase this to try to take out this team.
Is it up here?
Oh, the plasma dead. Oh,
It's
around
up
the
and
corner.
dead.
Oh, the slugfest!
Oh, the shotgun
Alright.
stun will be able to keep Lifer safe. Scary stuff, though, for Counterspell there. Had they died out there with only one kill on the board, it would have more than certainly been curtains for their ERCS hopes of making it to the finals here today.
Here we have Luby being taken by Trigger. Gonna keep pushing their lead as it goes around through Beach, and they should have enough time, hopefully, to make it over to, I believe, the Riften Hotels, where they're gonna set their sights for next. That's gonna be the closest objective to them. And taking a look at the map, everyone's pretty spread out except for Cemetery. We could have a fight. If they do also see the Caniacs maybe making their way towards Barge. So 2 fights could maybe happen. Cemetery, no one really posturing for it quite yet. Wilkes trying to see if he can actually get something done here before going into the Rift. Looks like they will be able to pick up 1 kill. And luckily for them, going into the Rift means that their cooldowns do come back. They're going to try to greed these bears here quick as well. They should be able to get no problems. So, into the Rift they go. Cooldowns are back. Even got a kill. So they're sitting in a pretty good spot as Alpha being postured here by 2 teams.
Yeah, Minhai trying to get meter. Something that's really under... Oh my goodness, Starby getting caught out by the point sync. And you know what? I forgot. Dona used to play a lot of... Okay, I can't even talk about this. Glorp Nation, Wokes on the backside, relatively unchecked, using the Sapphire Protocol to get in distance of Dylan as well. So with that, Glorp Nation going to win out on this fight pretty easily. But yeah, Dona used to play on Blast, and they used to run Nikki Nia with Dona. So Dona very familiar and comfortable on Nia. And it certainly looks like it with how we've seen them play thus far in this lobby.
Yeah, definitely not unknown to it at all, as a fight is breaking out here in Barge yet again. With the Caniacs, like this team is
Caniacs
always
and Glorp
around here.
Nation at it again.
And someone else seems to be here as well. Lily Petal does get taken down, and now Silverpaw setting their sights onto Wokes. Unfortunately, Glorp Nation 2 is gonna have to separate here. Whist is gonna go down to Midlet Black Cats, but looks like Homie's still alive, so this team will be safe for now, because they have about 30 seconds left until our objectives to come up. So just a little bit more time where this team does regroup. Taking a look at archery, 2 teams in the area. Counterspell is gonna start trying to walk into the zone, and they're gonna see that it's Killer Koalas here. Viper trying to get some damage down. The Rockets to start this off. The Starby walking up does get pulled here. Oh, but it's looking a little scary as the stasis is going to come out, but it will not be enough as they will go down to the duck dive here to try to get a return kill into Needlelight as the knockup does land. Miyane getting the kill. Gonna take out the body here as well as Dimby. Gonna be aggressive here. Gonna miss out on the duck dive, but is gonna try to go forward with their repulsor missiles. As Miyane now on the chase. Knockup not quite gonna land, but they're still gonna pick up the kill. As Dark Dagon's just gonna quickly get the revives off here.
And they got the meteorite, so all things considered, they break even since Needlelight's death was a day 3 death, but Texas gonna go down here as well. Epson 11 winning out a fight against Trigger here as Dylan is on the run. Counterspell just gonna head up and towards gas station, perhaps maybe look to farm alley, as I'd imagine the wolf rotation is still available up there. Dylan got to find a way to get these revives in quickly, because Abigail not the best at running away once she gets found out by a team in this kind of situation. Her dash is very good, but can only be used on targets. It can't be used free form, so without any hunts nearby, she will be a sitting duck if she runs into somebody. Right now, currently on a collision course with the Caniacs, who are currently at this school kiosk. So I believe they made a ping, so Owen's going to turn back around, try and navigate his way out of here. He's surrounded by teams right now. Fortunately for him, he's managed to stay undetected so far. Perhaps being seen by Killer Koalas as he stepped under CCTVs there, but yeah, nothing gonna happen to him. He manages to get out of what was a very scary situation. Perhaps he didn't realize how scary it really was, but yeah.
Looks like he is out, yeah, getting the revives off. Killer Koalas is definitely aware of it since he went under CCTVs, but they didn't make it here in time. But they're going to still try to make their way forward to see if they can get something done here. Maybe getting a little bit dangerous as poor Trigger stuck between two teams. It looks like they're fine. Neither team actually wanting to go for this here. The Caniacs also coming up here. Fight is breaking out in Factory here as well. Woke's on the run here. Gonna turn around and get a root quick. Some good damage going forward here as Wiz trying to stop Eclipse from moving forward towards the team. Homie trying to find an angle in, but it's proving really difficult as the ulti is going to go through. Some good damage onto Lockney here. He's going to pick up the kill. He's going to keep trying to fight this out here. Too fast to hit. Going to be able to dash through. A lot of healing coming through. Is he able to pick up one more? He's not. Unfortunately, Wokes is already way on out of there. As another fight is breaking out in archery here. X is already down. It looks like with the dimensional strike is going to get a lot of value here. Should pick up 2 with that, I believe. As Needle gets taken down by the third party from the Caniacs. Killer Koalas, unfortunately, our first team out.
A subject has been terminated.
Yeah, and yeah, Exodus is definitely not going to get back on his feet here. Going to get taken out, no problem. But Trigger winning out on that fight, very big for them. But once again, forced into a situation where they have to use credits for revives. Their tempo getting definitely messed up in this lobby. Actor rushing over to the kiosk, going to be able to get Exodus back in the game here. So all teams fully alive. 7 teams on the island right now. Posturing between Glorp Nation 2. Oh, this is not posturing. This is a full-on engagement as Wokes on the backside dueling it out with Silver Paw. So Weiss here to back him up as Homie finds a kill on the back line here. Taking out Minhai. Now Dona will be next to fall. Silverpaw once again managing to make it out on his own here. But yeah, great engagement from Glorp Nation 2, and I believe they picked up a red box. Yeah, they have red shoes online for Woke, so huge spike going over to the Theodore.
He's sitting in a really good spot here as Lumi getting taken as well, but looks like they're going to stop their advance on that for now as 2 teams are posturing here in stream. Lockney looking for an angle on to keep her the sock, but not going to quite get it as we do see the kill traps going down here as well. IPTSD trying to go for the blink play, but a little bit wide on that one. And now with this team separated, we'll see what they decide to do here as IPTSD trying to push these other 2 away. I did just notice too, this team is also on Bernice, so we have a Bola available to try to start things off too. Ballistic advantage kind of in an awkward spot from Kamzi. He's able to get the slow here on Athena Kai. Trying to get the engage from Lockney here, but Keeper of the Sock with the moving turn, able to get out of that pretty easily. Just gonna keep trying to poke this team with the autos. Kamzi having to blink away from Athena Kai from the taunt, but very well played from that as let's have a blast coming out. Athena Kai 2 lows. Keeper of the Sock does have the adrenaline stacked. Gonna keep on moving forward onto Eclipse, able to pick up the kill. And now Athena Kai and Lockney, unfortunately, on the run, losing out on Eclipse.
Berserker's not able to find any sort of clean engagement there onto Epsilon 11, and now the remnants of them heading over towards Fire Station, currently where Trigger is sitting, as well as Counterspell. They're actually going to get the revive off in red first, so making sure they get on their feet before they do anything else. Gotta be careful here. X is finding Miane here. Quick little pick with the Sapphire Protocol. Well done by Exus finding that route for his team. Counterspell now not able to contest this Wick line due to being down a member. Be up to Berserkers to stop Trigger from taking this, but look at Trigger playing for the same angle once again. They're going to get scouted out by drones. So with that, they're just going to back up for now. Wick line currently aggressive towards Trigger, but Berserkers are going to grab that aggression and pull it towards themselves and start it up. Epsilon 11 trickling in towards the zone. Ballistic Advantage can be used to scout things out, and with that, it's actually going to scare Trigger off. And Berserkers will be able to pick this up.
Now, luckily for them, able to pick that up practically for free thanks to the donation from Epsilon 11. As they have Glorp Nation 2 in the Rift for free, it looks like. I believe that's a Tellurian timepiece going over. Nope, it's actually the Hermes going over to Weiss here. Tellurian timepiece is already online for Wokes. Now with that, the team going to go back into archery, where another team is already here. And they do have CCTV, so they'll see what team is in the area. We'll see what Glorp Nation 2 decides to do. A lot of kills so far in the lobby, and this team is way on out of there.
Blood weapons online for Shuvi and Lily Petal here, so quite high damage output coming out from the two of them. Fortunately, Nikki and Nissa, not so fortuitous with their itemization. Only 2 transitions online. White Lily engagement found for the Berserkers. They set their sights to Shuvi, but he's able to just walk out relatively here. Glorp Nation 2, they have CCTVs. They see the fighting going on, and they pick Berserkers to try and take out, setting their sights to Athena Kai. They're going to find the kill on, but Woke's going to get picked off on the backside. And now trying to finish off the fight. Holby going to go down. Weiss on the run. Shuvi going to blink forward with the blast wave. Try and run the ones with Weiss here, but Weiss going to try its best, but get taken out as a result. Glorp Nation 2, they saw all the fighting going on, but they left Wokes vulnerable on the backside to the Caniacs.
And Shuvi trying to get a kill on the Lockney here. The Chrono Field does come out, though. And now with that, Athena Kai and Eclipse able to help the team here. So Caniacs only have Lily Petal left. Another team flying on in here. Counterspell. Gonna fly on in and see what's going on. As Lily Petal, unfortunately, not able to get the res so easily. Gonna have to wait for Illumi to make their way around, but it's not gonna be very easy to get, as unfortunately a team does decide to pick an item off. And Starby now, aware that there's something could be going on over here. It looks like they're trying to go for the kill. Poly combo does come out. Will the W land? It looks like it'll be the Q to pick up the kill stasis to keep themselves alive, so that will be the Caniacs going down.
Really well done by Starby. And yeah, we can watch this back again on the replay. And that last auto attack that Lily Petal threw, by the way, would have killed Starby, but check this out. The stasis to block that out. Not giving any points away to anybody for free. Starby playing so well here. But they do have to find a way to get the revive off. Starby is going to see all these wards in the areas. And you can see the timer underneath the boards there, so she knows they're relatively fresh. And with that, backs up immediately before anything can be done to her. So now Starby will have to find a way to get these revives. I mean, it's just so difficult. Teams are just kind of all over the place. There's no real way to even really move around the map right now.
Yeah, they're just going to try to keep it safe and stay where they have vision for the time being, as Lumi's making its way around a long way. It's going to be quite a bit of time before it makes its way all the way up to Fire Station, where they are just kind of waiting out. It should come up to them shortly, but I'm not sure if they'll have enough time to pick it off here. We'll see. They might even have to go into red, but then you have to worry about getting out of red, which is going to be quite difficult, seeing that there's two teams just posturing and waiting to see if something will happen here. We'll find out in a moment if they're able to get this through. Hopefully they have like a mobile VLS prepared, and then they can fly into another zone
They're waiting
safely.
for it. Yeah, they're just going to catch it in red. And you can already see Epsilon 11 on the rotation here. But, you know, they're just going to take a mobile VLS, as you'd said, and find a safer way out instead of getting gate kept in red there. So well done by Counterspell finding the revive. But knockup comes through. Dylan getting on the backside. Dona in trouble here. Game World's going to come out with the point sync. It's not going to be able to take Dylan out, but the arcade drop will on the backside. Exodus trying to do what he can, but the third party comes through from Counterspell, flying to the perfect spot, taking out Exodus as well, reaping the rewards of all of this. Actor did manage to survive. Exodus perhaps will be able to get picked up here. Maybe not. Okay, anyways, going over to the other side of the map, Berserkers getting kited out here by Epsilon 11. Lockney trying to create an opening, but it's not going to come to fruition. It's taken out immediately. Eclipse going to take so much damage. They haven't been able to get to this Assault Rifle Aya on the backside, and due to that, there's just so much DPS output. Even Kamzy, wow, doing quite a bit of damage as well. Has those General's robes, so if Kamzy's able to hit the same target continuously, that General's robe damage will just start to ramp up so high. And with a team like Berserkers, you're going to have the opportunity to hit one target quite extensively.
I think this is the first time in a while I've actually seen like the bullet effect thing with the Henry ult. Because like, as you know, when you ult, it slows all projectiles going into the circle. And usually like a lot's happening and there's not someone just like trying to wail on the Henry during the ult. So I think that was the first time in a long time I've just seen all the bullets just like slowly moving. You just see this bright pink Aya autos just like not touching them. But then, you know, once the ult goes down, unfortunately Henry kind of goes down very, very quick. Yeah, very well played on the side of Epsilon 11 as Eclipse kind of just waiting to jump pad over. Looking a little bit scary, debating if they want to go over or not. Kind of preparing, maybe if another team comes around, they can easily jump over to the other side. But seeing that there's no one over here, I'm gonna bide his time. Now I'm gonna go over. Nope.
He's keeping the option available, waiting for perhaps some action on the other side or something, right? And Actor does fly in, goes down real quick, and Eclipse will be more than happy to take his third place here for Berserkers. Just gonna run in. No sense delaying the inevitable here. And it will be Counterspell versus Epsilon 11 here. Our third and fourth place team, so both of them needing this win quite desperately. Epsilon 11 fully kitted out here. It's going to be our triple range teams matching up against each other. We'll see how Counterspell combats this. They do have the range advantage with Haze, right? The Rockets will be the best tool here to establish a health advantage for the side of Counterspell. But if they're forced in a situation where they have to deal with this Assault Rifle Aya or somebody gets picked off by a Queen, it can be very dangerous for Counterspell.
I'll see how it goes for them here. They're waiting for the zone to close on in. Waiting it patiently. As I'd imagine, I have PTSD is probably prepping Queen in some area. Maybe going for an off angle, we'll see. As the wards are being taken out here, Rocket's going down from Liper. No damage hitting quite yet. The name of the game is Where is I have PTSD?
Yeah,
that guy is just like
scary.
one shot coming quickly. So where is this guy? They haven't seen him yet. As a ballistic advantage goes out. No, not in that corner. Still waiting for it.
Drones everywhere. They want to know where he is.
Is he? I would imagine using the. Okay, he was. Oh, the Queen does land off of the leg, and with that is one person down instantly. Polymorph combo onto I have PTSD, but it looks like it doesn't matter. As Miane goes down next. And with that Starby, unfortunately, in a 1v3, does hit the poly combo. Maybe able to get one. No, it looks like the stasis will not be enough. And it will be Epsilon 11 taking him down.
And, you know, I really appreciate that we only got to see Counterspell's point of view because it's...
Yeah.
If they dropped, I thought, oh, he's probably like wrapping around in red from school because that's where I would have went. Like I would have wrapped around that red angle, dropped the Queen on someone's head, like, and then they dropped a ward there, and I was like, wait, he's not over there. Where is this guy? They're scouting around with drones. They're dropping EMP or they're dropping recons everywhere, trying to figure out where is this Adela. And they do find him, but not the way they would have liked to.
Yeah, he was just sitting in the same spot the entire time. I was like, I know he was in the house, but I'm like, surely he moved, right? And I'm like, guys, where is he? Hello? Like, where is he? But yeah, it's a lot of patience coming from him. Because I know me, I'd have been like, all right, my Queen's prepped. I'm going in like now. But he waited a long time to wait for the zone to close down quite a bit before going for a play. And like, as we said, once the Queen lands, I think whoever it lands on is going to die pretty quick. And I think it was Liper that they found. So we'll see that here on the replay. We'll see where we catch the replay from. It's going to be from a decent beginning-ish spot. We're going to start to see the zone close shortly here.
Yeah, the zone starts closing, and yeah, they drop that ward in the bush, and then you'll see them drop drones, trying to scout out every possible angle. They EMP behind them in the building as well. They EMP the bush up top. So, like, they're looking. They really want to know where this Adela is. And, you know, eventually the Chronosphere starts closing. They're forced to try and move a little more closer. And because of that, that's where Adela finds the angle from behind the van, just picking off Liper. From there, they just went out 2v3. They have more than enough of an advantage at that point, especially in a triple range matchup like this.
Yeah. The Flash Adela play coming on through for the win for Epsilon 11. Very scary stuff. Been there, done that before. You're just kind of waiting for the inevitable doom, unless you just have like heightened senses and you know it's coming. So yeah, very well played up from both sides here. Quite a bit of points on both sides as well before we go into our final game where it's top 2 that make it out. So we'll see where everyone is sitting shortly before going into that. And we'll also have Cicella and Katja back on the table. So maybe
Yes.
we'll see the Cicellas coming back out in full force.
And the scores are ready to go. So we'll take a look here. Trigger will still be sitting in first with a pretty comfortable lead, 94.5 points, 20 more points over Berserkers, who's currently in second with 74 points. Epsilon 11 in third with 68.5 points, so very close between them and Berserkers to try and make it out for that second place spot. Counterspell not far behind either, only 11 points separating them from Berserkers as they're sitting in fourth with 63 points. Glorp Nation 2 in fifth with 60 points. That's where the drop-off will be, as sixth place is Moonlit Black Cats with 47.5 points. Seventh place will be Killer Koalas with 38.5 points. And in eighth place will be the Caniacs with 34 points.
Yeah, so the second place spot is looking pretty scary. I mean, even if like Berserkers falls like early, I mean, there's a world where like Glorp Nation 2 could go up, Counterspell, Epsilon 11. So the second through, fifth-ish area is going to be an interesting time to watch as we get into our final game here. I'll see what the picks are. It looks like the Moonlit Black Cats might actually decide to stick with the Nia here, maybe thinking it's easier for them to pick up kills this way.
Yeah, we'll see what they go for. Miani's currently hovering Chloe, so yeah, Counterspell's gonna stick with the composition they had just ran. We'll see how this works out for them. And I'm wondering if they'll put Liper back on Haze, or if they will switch it up and play the Cicella. Or, yeah, so they're just gonna be going back to Haze. So yeah, Counterspell showing they're more than comfortable without the crutch of Cicella or Katja to play with. Glorp Nation gonna stick with their comp. Trigger gonna play Nikki Nia. Huh? I haven't seen this in a while from them. Well, perhaps they're giving Exis a chance to play some Martina. They're saying, you know what, Exis? You've been on frontline duty all day. Have a little fun, buddy. Bust out that Martina.
Yeah, Martina's always crazy from this guy. Like, he always finds... It's always so funny, because, like, you're like, oh, Nikki's gonna be the one to engage, or then Nia's just gonna drop the game roll, and that's how the fight's gonna start. No, it's like Exis from, like, some weird angle, and he just gets, like, the craziest ult, and you're like, what the heck? And he looks like he's doing all this damage, and then you look at the damage charts, and you're like, dude, why is this guy the lowest? Like, he just starts every fight, and it ends like that, but, like, why is he on the top of the damage charts? It's, yeah, it's always a lot of fun to watch what he can do with the Martina pick, so we'll see how it goes for them here in the final game. And of course, to the rest of the teams, we'll have to find out who's going to kind of take over that second place spot.
That'll be quite competitive to close out today's festivities, but Lumi does still have goodies on sale. We'll see what it'll be. Oh my goodness. It's Christmas
My life
time.
is complete.
It's Christmas time. Mithrils are on sale. Everything's gonna have its own Lumi at some point. We're not even gonna have like regular Lumi anymore at some point. We're just gonna have like seasonal Lumis.
No, trees can stay the normal Lumi because like we're both like, oh, it's like a tree, you know?
Yeah. It's like a tree.
It's just a tree. Trees are like chill. It is what it is. As we get into our final game of the evening to find out who the top 2 teams are, who are going to be making it to the finals, which are tomorrow. So let's lock in and see what is in store for us here. Doc Barge is probably going to be the place to look. This is always a zone that we always see a lot of fighting going on from the Caniacs, so he's getting a lot of early kills in this bottom side of the map.
Yeah, for sure. Ali's also been kind of a bit of a hot spot for early kills, in particular teams finding their little 1v1 skirmishes up there. But yeah, looks like it's going to be Berserkers and Caniacs down the bottom side of the map for now. Athena Kai looking to leave the area as Homie sitting down here. Glorp Nation. Caniacs have scrapped out a lot in the early games for multiple lobbies now, so we'll see if Wokes makes his way down. Yes, he will. So yeah, I'm imagining we're going to have the same old story happen one more time here, as Homie is going to get caught out by the Caniacs initially here. Wokes trying to do what he can on the backside of his Weez. Hyperloops in. Holming finding a 1-for-1. No, Shuvi actually is still alive. Plasma dash towards him. His Weez trying to finish that off. Wokes on the backside can do this, but he gets separated from his gate here. But the respawn from Holming coming through as he's still level 6, so it's a relatively quick respawn. But Glorp Nation will be put on a break by the Caniacs.
Very close indeed as Keeper of the Socket a fight here as well. Dark Dagon on the Aiden. What the
hecky?
That's what I'm saying.
No, perhaps they see the score and they're just like, you know what? Just play what you want. They're down quite a considerable amount to Berserkers. I mean, what is that? 36? 35 and a half points? You'd be trying to break ERCS records trying to rack up that many points. So, yeah, it's quite uphill. And that's not even counting how many more points Berserkers might rack up on top of their current score, right? So, yeah, they're going to bust out the Dark Dagon Aiden and have a little whimsy.
Yeah, Berserker's even pivoting a little bit. We do see Lockney now on the Adela this time as Dona being chased down, blinking away from the clean sweep just barely. Able to escape for a little bit longer. His Keeper of the Sock, unfortunately, in a fight with a Clisp here. Gonna be able to get the speed gate, but will it be enough with the movement speed from Wings of Light? And yep, there it is with the stomping foot, and that will be a kill going over to Berserkers here. As it looks like a kill has been had as well for the side of Glorp Nation 2, taking out Nikki and Issa, and able to take over the Bears down in Warehouse. They're getting a little bit more farm for their team before they make their way over to maybe Uptown. And they'd imagine Dock and Barge is already pretty farmed. As Dark Dagon's going to find Athena Kai here. Going to try to start a fight. It looks like the Electrostatic Surge is going to go down here. With the range autos active and with the backstep, it should be a quick kill for the side of Killer Koalas.
Dona and Lockney dueling it out. 2 will be Nikki's best pairing. Well, looks like it might be Adela this time around as reinforcements are on the way from Athena Kai to spoil that 1v1. It's never a 1v1 anymore.
It's never a 1v1.
Like, you know, it's like they always got their boy with them. Like, what's going on? But
Everyone's always got their back.
Yeah, like I'm always trying to run the ones, and I usually lose the ones anyways. But like, I'm still trying to run them. I be trying to run them. Okay, like I just, but it just, you know. Oh, Exus gonna stun both Lockney and Athena Kai. Game World after a blink on the backside as well. Trigger all in on these 2 kills. Quite interesting as an objective spawning in 10 seconds. So if they're looking to rotate, they're not going to have any cooldowns. Meanwhile, down in the Barge, Glorp Nation and Caniacs back at it again, but not with the white vans. Wokes may be able to kill Shuvi here. Blinking forward, does find it. Nikki and Nissa gonna go down. Caniacs put on a break.
That looks like 2 members of... No, only 1 member of Epsilon 11 goes down here as well. A lot of little kills across the board for a lot. No, 2 people did go down. I was right. I'm losing it as we make our way across the island. Actor gonna be able to pick up the factory farm here. Wolves are still available, it looks like there. Dylan's gonna make his way over to school. And a couple items gonna be made here across the board. I didn't even quite see who all had gotten the objectives. There's a lot going on as Athena Kai is being chased here. Plasma Dash, as well as the other dash to get through. The Taunt Dash. Gonna try to escape, but I don't think this team is letting her out so easily. As Lily Petal gonna try to take down Wokes here as well. Gonna have to try to turn it since Shuvi was here for the cutoff. Unfortunately, not able to pick up anything there. Lockney already on the ground, it looks like, as Eclipse trying to fight it off against Dark Dagon here. Able to escape that as Athena Kai imagines gonna go down here as well. A little bit close for the Berserkers, but Eclipse pretty well on out of there, so they'll be fine for now. He starts to make his way towards Temple with Lockney here spawning soon.
Yeah, another second here, and teams will be able to see where objectives are spawning. Looks like we have an alpha up in Temple here, so Eclipse might sign the bat signal, tell his team to get up here. Another one down in Warehouse, so Alpha's on complete opposite sides of the map, as there's also a purple box spawning in Archery. Epsilon 11 currently in good position to take over that. Currently, the only objective someone could go for is that Lumi in credit mode. Trigger rotating over towards it as we speak. Glorp Nation perhaps going to have yet another fight with the Caniacs on the bottom side of them. Man, this like We gotta stop. Like this is getting a little ridiculous. These two teams are always down here at all phases of the game, fighting it out. Woke's gonna get caught out first here. Goes down immediately. Big commitment from the Caniacs to find that kill. And they're gonna take out Weiss next and secure this alpha for themselves.
Oh, mid-high. Trying to start this here. Actually not going to get the Garden Reverse there off the Dissipation, but Dimby able to pick up the kill off of Dona with the Surfs up as he clips. With the Strider, going to try to chase mid-high here. Garden Reverse not going to be procced here. Looks like he's trying to make it to the Rift, but be close. Knocking him back. Not going to let them have that so easily. Glorp Nation 2 waiting to respawn here, it looks like, as well. Wokes is going to take over Cemetery, as a lot of other members are going to be spawning across the map. It looks like, yeah, Glorp Nation 2 is completely spread out with Counterspell getting their Rift for free. But this Rift will be fought over here. Dylan going to try to push forward with the Plasma Dash. Is going to get the Pure Edge uppercut on to Keeper of the Socket, go down pretty quickly here. Exis, though, does go down as well, so it's going to be a 2v2. And with no Game World left, Actor isn't going to have that available. Queen is not going to actually land from IFPTSD. Dylan trying to push forward onto Kamzy to pick up the kill, but Kamzy will get it here. Now Actor in a 1v2. They can get it done here. Dodges out on the Queen again. Going to get knocked up here. Going to try to follow the castling. Unfortunately, the arcade drop not going to quite go through there. Dodging on the Queen yet again. Use pistol skill to try to get closer to Kamzy here to get a kill with the 1-up. Maybe able to get one, but it'll not go through, so it will be Epsilon 11 taking over the Rift.
Meanwhile, Berserkers in a bit of a sticky situation. They got Killer Koalas above them, and Moonlit Black Cats to the side of them here. They do have CCTVs, but Moonlit Black Cats on the approach. They know that Dona will be respawning here momentarily. So with that, they're going to take over CCTVs. Over in stream here, the tree spawning in just 20 seconds. Eclipse a little split from the pack here. Gonna try and get himself regrouped with his team. Meanwhile, down in Forest, Counterspell currently gatekeeping Caniacs, but it's Liper just respawned here. Lilipel trying to find a quick kill, but Miyane able to keep Liper safe. Meanwhile, on the other side, Juvi's gonna go down to Rockets here. Really close to one more will do it. Yes. Well done by Liper there. Well done by Counterspell as a whole, being able to secure this objective.
And here we also have a couple teams hovering over stream with Lumi coming around. Not quite sure what's actually. Oh wait, no. Did we know? I don't remember it's on sale. It was myth. That's right. It was the good myth.
Christmas.
The Christmas myth. Thank you. Woo! Yeah, that's why I asked, because I wanted to see it again. I was just so excited. So Mythical purchase from the Moonlit Black Cats, I believe that was. As we have a team respawning here into Warehouse. A fight actually going on in Pond here. As Athena Kai trying to catch up to Holmy, who gets the kill onto Lockney here. And I believe a third party was happening. Yeah, Moonlit Black Cats here on the third party is Holmy fighting for his life. Actually able to get the White Lily to escape. But Silver Paw now on the chase still. Holmy's just going to leave it be and regroup with the team, it looks like here. Weiss is on the bottom side, going to make their way towards Cemetery. As the respawns come through, Berserkers are able to regroup, but there's a team right above them.
I like the little quick Woke's Corpse camera work there. Well done, but Eclipse gonna miss his first attack in the wall here, and that's gonna be Dark Dagon's ticket to go in. He knows that's on cooldown for quite a while. Needlelight with the backup as well, and be able to take out Eclipse. And on the other side of the fight, Dimby holding on against Lockney and Athena Kai. Oh, record hits on the Liper, but no follow-up from the side of Trigger here. So with that, they're just gonna disengage. Starby doing a little bit of investigation here, catching vision. As Nikki and Nissa is just getting ran down by Keeper of the Sock. So with that, Caniacs down to just Shuvi. They've racked up quite a bit of points this lobby, but now they're going to have to invest some credits. Get their team back on their feet. Starby going to get spotted here, but Berserker's not going to do anything as they are a duo. The priority right now is to get the revive off. And on the top side of the map here, over in archery range, Killer Koala's approaching Trigger, but not doing anything just yet. A lot of arcade drops positioned in that corridor means that point sync would do a lot of damage if one connects, so they're going to back away from that situation.
Yeah, looks like the VF selector will be going over to Trigger, so they're going to pop that and wait for that to fall down. As a Force Core going to go over to Wokes here, clearing Timepiece online for Glorp Nation 2, and they still have 360 credits on Wokes, so they have some other credits in the bag ready to buy another item. As Silverpaw picks up our Omega here. So Tolerant timepiece of his own, while we have the Caniacs picking up the Rift here too. So a lot of teams getting back on their feet. Every team still alive here in Night 3, it looks like. Factories open, or this team fight is breaking out here. Acceptance features ready on the ground. Electromagnetic Storm, maybe a little bit late from Wisu, but that's okay. As unfortunately, Holmy does go down thanks to the point sink here. As Dota trying to investigate, but Wilkes, knowing that he hit the nade, is going to go forward. And now Wisu trying to take out Silverpaw here. Because it looked to dash over the wall, I imagine. Actually going to go up towards Temple, kind of playing out Wisu there. Able to escape just barely. He's going to have to find a place to revive the team.
The bears exploding broke my brain for a little bit. I was like, "Hey, what happened to those bears?" Oh, right, the purple fog. Right. Our current weather of the map. I was like, "What the heck?" And then I was like, "Oh, right, purple fog. Right. No other
Alonso
hunts
just
can
so
exist."
OP, making the bears' heads explode.
It
It's
looked
crazy.
like that. It looked like he just zoomed by them and they just like exploded in his presence. Like he just like pulled some eyes and stuff or something. I don't know. That was crazy. But yeah. Berserkers maybe running into Counterspell here. Counterspell doing a good job avoiding vision, but they are going to be seen here as they poke around with the rockets. Eclipse going to get clipped by some, losing about a quarter of his health. So with that, Counterspell will be able to take CCTVs back in Forest, but unfortunately for Counterspell, there's really nothing in Forest to be here for other than a Wolves respawn timer. They're not going to get lucky on that either, so yeah, they're going to have to find somewhere else to go.
Here we also have Killer Koalas just waiting on Fire Station. Glorp Nation in the area as well. These two teams could collide soon. They're going to see the pings, but with no one in Pond here, it could be a bit actually before anything happens. All our teams are making their way around. Going to find out where Wickline's going to be spawning here soon. As Miyane possibly going for the CCTV here. Lockney does have Queen prepped. Without the team being close enough, just going to back away for now. I think Wickline's spawning up in Cemetery, maybe. So maybe some teams making their way through there. Yeah, you already see we have Epsilon 11 Caniacs making their way in. We might even have Killer Koalas going there soon. So a lot of the teams are going to start making their way towards that area. While the Moonlit Black Cats start to move in here. Counterspell is going to see them here thanks to the CCTV. We'll see if they decide to make their way forward. Rockets are going to come down. Decent damage onto Dota. As the fight has started over here. Lily Petal is already down. Nikki and Nissa maybe trying to see if they can get something to happen. But unfortunately, it's going to go down here. So Caniacs losing on 2 members and no credits left. They're going to have to find a rift to revive their team. Which looks like they're going to posture over in Factory. But there's a team nearby. And now she'll be seen on the ward. Oh, no.
Oh, Bola doesn't connect. But the ballistic advantage slows, going wide as well. Huh? Shubi lives. I mean, that guy's a magician. What the heck? Wow, very scary stuff, but he manages to make it out nonetheless. Over in Force Trigger on the back foot here, running away from the Black Cats. Both Game Worlds go out. Fury uppercuts go flying as well. They're getting low, gonna get taken out soon here. Bus gets taken down by Silverpaw on the backside. Slugfest wound up for Dylan, able to take out Silverpaw. And now, with that, it's 2v1 Dona on the backside. It's getting scary. Slugfest gonna connect on the Dona. Oh my goodness, man! That's my good. That is Dylan with 3 ends. No longer ninefold is he. He's back in prime form and showcasing exactly why.
Every time we see this Nikki, like we know it does so much damage, but it's still like
they always
catch me every time.
I just think I'm just like, oh, it's the Pure Rage uppercut bot for the Nia. No.
No, this is the carry.
This is the carry of the cop. Do not get it twisted.
Like every time. I mean, he's on like Courtier and he has the VF shoes, but like still every time I'm just like in shock. I'm like, oh my god, like that guy got blown up. And speaking of blown up, poor Counterspell also went down, I think, to Killer Koalas during all that too. So 2 teams now eliminated here at day 4, and Glurp Nation 2 picking up the Wickaline. We'll see if they have what it takes here. Berserkers, not a lot of kills either. The script could be turned here on the scoreboard pretty soon, depending on what happens as teams start to make their way towards Warehouse Dock at these the purple minions, the purple goodness, maybe, if some people would like to call it that.
The purple goodness.
We'll see if something happens up here. Oh, here we go.
There we go. And then it's our usual suspects back at it again, but it looks like Glorp Nation will be getting the better of the Caniacs in the final fight they'll have today. Wickline buff and all the engagement power they needed in that fight to make sure they could take out the Caniacs before too much damage can be dealt in retaliation.
Now, Homie with a very nice parry. Kind of makes it easy when you have like a Henry on the other side. It gives you like a free stun, so that came in quite in handy for the team fight there. Another team off the table, and the points going to them is always nice to see. Berserkers making their way towards Uptown, maybe running away from Killer Koalas. Because they fought against this team a couple of times and it didn't go very well. And now they're looking at Dark Dagon, who has Dainsleaf online. He's looking incredibly scary here in the lobby.
And you know what's crazy? The Berserkers is in second. They haven't racked up a lot of points at all. This is still a big opportunity for teams lower than Berserkers on the scoreboard to try and catch up. All they have to do is not let Berserkers get that many more points on the board at this point, and there's a very realistic chance one of these teams that are below them could shoot above them. So still very scary situation for Berserkers. As you can see, they're playing very slow. They almost want to just stay alive and try to get placement points, as every point is going to matter at this stage of the game for them. Killer Koala is going to get scouted out by that drone. Needlelight stepping forward. He's going to find this ward. He knows it's freshly dropped, so he knows there's a team nearby. He sees the Adele upon, so that reduces his knowledge on who it is. Catching them out on the drones. Lockney, Queen prepped, but she's not going to throw it. Oh, she is. Going to go wide, though. Dark Dagon stepping forward. And look at the deep wrap from Needlelight on the top side. Queen sweep. Connects onto Eclipse. He's pretty split from the team. Kind of a scary situation for Berserkers. Their backs are against the wall. They're going to take the jump pad. But before we can get to that, we're going to look over here at Epsilon 11, who went down.
Oh my god.
Underneath. Oh my. Oh, no. Oh wow. That's crazy. Okay. Well, scary. Berserkers made it out. There's no way Killer Koalas will extend this chase further after that amount of cooldown investment. So yeah, and I mean for Killer Koalas, I mean they have this Dainsleif Crimson online. This is the premier blood weapon in the game, in my opinion. Probably the best weapon in the game. Period. Smolder, strong Smolder is quite good, especially against these tanky targets of Berserkers. So yeah, they definitely want to try and take that fight against them, but weren't able to with those conditions. But we might see Glorp Nation looking at them now, catching wind of where the Berserkers are. Berserkers on the run. Epsilon 11's Camzy sitting in the bush, all in his lonesome. This would be a nice kill for Berserkers to pick up for free here. And now it might be a little ring around the rosy action. Woke's going to catch wind of Camzy here, but it seems they are content with containing the Berserkers on the top side of the map here. They want to try and take this fight. Weiss looking. But yeah, they're just going to keep wrapping around this building until Glorp goes away. Berserkers playing very cautiously.
They're playing ring around the rosy. Oh, maybe trigger. Exus looking. Eclipse using the bluff already. They're going to spot Lockney, but they do see that Queen is prepped. And now Berserkers are going to end up sitting in this corner here. Trigger has a couple of options. Can sit, or are they going to wrap? Yeah, I was about to say, are they going to wrap this around? Looks like they will.
Oh my
goodness. The fight is going to start as the game world is already down, and the third party is going to come through here in a moment, I'd imagine, as Exus is already down. We's pushing forward here. Oh my god, taking down Lockney almost instantly. Athena Kai in the ground already too. And now with that, we have Eclipse running, and Homie wants this kill. He wants Berserkers to go down. Can he get in time? It looks like he will. And with that, his team is also alive, so Berserkers go down. Glorp Nation 2 wants to survive this. Wolk's already having to blink. Has to run away from Camzy here. It's going to get some decent damage down. Is Ebola available? Looks like it wasn't. It's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange. Unfortunately, Homie's going to go down as well. So this could be a 2v2 fight in this zone unless Trigger wants to come over and stop it. Looks like they're going to leave Killer Koalas in the bottom zone.
Trigger doesn't have much timer. They need to run directly to the center area, which could be very dangerous against Wokes here, as he is quite hard to approach. Theodore in a corridor, quite potent, but they're just going to play their timer. Glorp Nation quite comfortable with their timer situation. Going to back out, play the safety drone game for a little bit, as Epsilon 11 will be forced to deal with Trigger first, and perhaps that will give Glorp Nation a third-party opportunity. But if Trigger can just pick up any kills at all, Trigger just needs some kills.
Oh,
Dylan pushing forward. Oh my goodness, the plasma dash. Look at Actor's timer. 2 seconds. He's gonna go down. Top goes the Actor. X is repping forward, but Woke's in the corridor is so potent. But Dylan will be able to take him down. Yes, Weiss versus Dylan on the backside here of this fight. There's no timer left for Epsilon 11 to continue this either. Dylan's just gonna pop. And look at the timer for Glurp Nation. They have so much still. Even with Epsilon getting those kills, it's not going to be enough timer for them to contest, but they invested a lot. They're going to have to find their way back in. Queen, ready, primed, looking at Wokes. It connects. Nightfall combo lands. Wokes forced to blink out, goes to the bush to get the shield, but the checkmate comes down, but he gets the kill with only 2 seconds left. Wokes pushing damage as best as he can to take out Keeper, and they get him. Glurp Nation! Last game of the series, and they're pulling this off. This is crazy.
Loosen up my muscles.
right now. Oh my god, they have 30 points right now. My voice cracked and my mic didn't pick it up, so I had to say it twice. That is wild.
That is nothing short of what I'm surprised Trigger came to this zone instead of dealing with killer koalas, but I guess
Me too.
you know, Dainsleif Crimson Aiden is it's a very scary thing. It's very terrifying, but we'll see how Glurp Nation approaches Killer Koalas here. They still need more points potentially. They don't know how close or far away they are, so every point will matter for them as they make their final approach here, getting one last call-in off here. Gonna be a VF.
The last call in
Blood
to rule them
weapon
all.
for Weiss. Oh man, that is definitely gonna spike this Alonso's damage here. Ballistic advantage going out, scouting out the Killer Koalas as it will be Glorp Nation on the approach. Weiss does, or Wokes does have this push to play off. It looks like they're gonna go for the engagement here.
Oh my god!
And find the kill immediately. Needlelight getting blown up on the side as well. Homie should be able to finish that off as Wokes and Weiss deal with this Aiden 2v1 on the backside, and it will be a Glorp Nation domination in the final round, racking up 36 whopping points. Absolute stellar performance from Glorp Nation 2.
Dude, the other zone felt like the final zone. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
The
it
other
did.
zone was
It
like,
did.
what? Like, if we wanted,
Like,
like,
"Wah!"
like, if we wanted to watch an actual final zone, like that is it. It's actually so crazy. We'll find out if they did it. Like
Yeah,
it's like nail biting. You're not
It's
100% sure. Do
It's
not do
very
the
close.
math.
I'm
You
not
have to
doing the
just
math.
like wait.
They get
in
mad at me when I do the
anticipation.
math. They tell
I know,
like,
that's why I'm yelling at you.
everyone at home, you don't realize anytime I start doing the math and I'm like voicing out, the production unmutes and tells me to shut up.
You're like, me
They actually
too,
do.
yeah.
So, anyways, we will get into the replay before we get into anything else here. Glorp Nation, wow, I mean, crazy stuff. I mean, that temp zone was absolutely electric. Far more so than this. The engage they found here was very decisive. They know they need to lock down Dimby. They do just that. Rooted, stunned, deleted. Like, perfect. Because they know Killer Koala's win condition is a big duck dive, and if they can prevent that from happening by engaging on their terms, they'll be able to make this win happen very decisively. And they do just that. I mean, yeah, and honestly, I was watching Homie earlier. This Shu Lin character, hurts.
Yes.
A lot. Like, every auto feels like just like a eighth of your health bar just gets shaved off.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, everything just piled on top of each other. Like, Whis went in, and I
Yeah.
think the Q landed right on top of them, and then the electromagnetic static storm just, like, pulls them in too. There's just a lot of AoE on top of each other. And then, of course, you have Wokes in the back doing the Theodore thing. I mean, he ulted it
Yeah.
through, like, one, like, Q, and they're, like, dead. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
And just like that, it's over.
Yeah.
Jose and Alonso Nation there in the final zone. We'll see if Glorp Nation did it. We'll see if my prediction is right. When we're all waiting for the series to start, we're talking about who we thought maybe would make it through. And we're like, Glorp Nation is kind of like they always feel like a dark horse sometimes. Like sometimes they
Yeah.
have too much whimsy. Thanks to some people that are on the team. They like to get a little bit too silly sometimes.
Yeah, it's a mixture of players that when they start doing stuff, things get a little goofy.
A little bit.
But in the last game here, they really pulled it together. And I mean, honestly, when I think back, you know, like I remember way back Oh, you know what? I can't even talk about this.
You
Scores are ready.
Like,
Scores
never
are
mind.
ready. Yeah, scores are ready. We got scores. I could talk about this later, but let's check out the scores first before we do anything else here. They're coming, right? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, awesome. Perhaps a little quick double check by them to make sure we got what we got. Trigger and Glorp Nation 2 making it out. I want everyone to know Glorp Nation 2 in the 5th round had 60 points in 5th place.
Yup.
And they shot all the way up to 2nd. So it just goes to show you every single round matters in these tournaments, especially the last one, because you can make massive comebacks off of big pop-off games. High risks can net high rewards, and Glorp Nation paid out today. Trigger played very consistently throughout the entire day, so congratulations to both of those teams. Unfortunately, the rest of our teams here from 3rd through 8th, Epsilon 11, Berserkers, Counterspell, Killer Koalas, Moonlit Black Cats, and Caniacs will be eliminated at this stage of the event, making it just shy of ERCS Grand Finals. But congratulations to everybody today. Honestly, it was a pleasure to watch all of you play.
It was a lot of fun. Sorry, I was like giggling because I saw a message in the chat from someone. I'm not gonna name names, so you guys will probably already seen it. But they're like,
Now you
"My
got me
team
wanting to
found
read it."
God in chapel."
I see. Yes.
I was like, "Yes, you are so right. They did, and it shot you guys into the finals." So yes, congratulations to our 2 teams that'll be joining us tomorrow. And of course, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to the teams that didn't make it. But thank you for being here with us. It's always a lot of fun to watch you guys during ERCS. But I think that is all we have for today. Yeah.
What's next on the docket for you? Is there professors for Craver?
There is on Monday.
On Monday. Okay, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's Kaz
everybody,
is going to be doing Professors for Craver, and this guy has been going crazy, so I'm very excited to do that on Monday. But before we even get to that, we have to finish out ERCS Phase 2 Finals, which will be tomorrow. So we're going to go get some rest for that. So you guys have a nice rest of your night, and our production needs the rest too, because they're always awesome and amazing. So thank you all for joining us. And is there anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Maybe? Nope.
Nothing. Yeah, nope. You covered
wanna
all the
say goodbye?
bases pretty good. I'll do more of a closing statement and add some things tomorrow. But for today,
Okay.
yeah, we need our rest.
Yes. So thank you all for joining us, and see you tomorrow for finals. Have a nice rest of your night.
Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.
マック下げた夕空踊る提灯そうゆく街青黒道